nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to...
Monday morning with Earth and and Derek Barrett for all your sports, news, entertainment, and weather thrown in the mix. And now from our studios in that Jackson downtown Macon, Georgia, here's DB. Good morning, Macon, Georgia, and Middle Georgia, and everyone here around the world through the World Wide Web. This is the morning roast for Monday.
What happened to your hair?
Oh, yeah, I got a haircut, finally. Yes. It's Monday, August 12th, 2013 here. It's 8:20 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time with Irv, Ed, and yours truly, DB here.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry we're a little late, but my computer's been down. I'm trying to fix it now. Oh, what the hell?
Gotta stay off those porn websites, Irv.
That's what happens when somebody else touches your computer besides myself.
Don't.
70.
Whatever.
Don't.
Okay. It's 70.
Don't even go. Don't go there.
You were on the network. I took you off the network. And now I probably know why I had taken you off the network.
Okay.
You got a virus in you.
72 degrees. It's 72 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia. 72 and sunny, but there will be some rain as usual.
Yeah.
For Macon, it's the high is going to be 92 and a low of 74.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I had to get the haircut today because I'm no longer doing any 70s type flashbacks in any film projects, and
yeah, you sound a little like Norbit.
Yeah, Norbit. Was that a movie you saw this week?
Yeah, I saw it this weekend. It was what a terrible movie that was, by the way. I mean, you talk about Medea being bad. That woman was terrible.
Talking about Rasputia.
Yeah, that was Eddie Murphy, right? Playing her.
Yeah, I don't know who in the world, man. I'll after seeing that movie, I'd say, like, look, brothers.
You see that? See the webpage? You got something in there.
Okay. All I have to say is, like, dudes, brother, if single dudes, single black guys, please raise your standard. You don't have to get nobody that doggone fat. I mean, I know not everybody's supposed to be skinny. I'm not skinny, but come on, ain't nothing sexy about a heart attacks, diabetes, or cardiac arrest. I'm sorry.
Well, it's funny because just yesterday there was that cartoon, that black version of Family Guy.
Oh, the Cleveland Show.
The Cleveland Show, and it was about these people taking in a lot of eating and all that. Mm-hmm. And then in the end, it said, "America, don't be so fat," or something like that. It was really hitting on fat people. Mm-hmm. And how they were having buttered, cups of melted butter with cheese in it and that kind of stuff. They're eating cake and pork shoulder, and instead of walking, they had this kind of like a tram that you stand there, and it was really making fun of fat people yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's not the first time fat people made fun of because of weight. I mean,
You need a scan sometime.
even that animated film WALL-E that came out through Pixar, even
Yeah.
WALL-E made fun of fat people because that's basically what happened to human beings. They got so dependent on technology to do everything for them, they just got fatter and fatter and fatter.
Well, that's
I like that picture. I'm flattered.
Yeah, I'm fatter.
Herb didn't see
Batter,
that.
batter.
Herb
Hercules.
didn't see that picture.
Hercules.
Let me
Yes.
see, who's on today? Say hello to some of these
Yeah,
people. I
good
can't even
morning.
see
I
you.
want to say hello. Good morning,
we got a
Michelle
few of them
Stacy.
already.
Good morning, Michelle Stacy. Good morning, T.L. Wilson. Nice to see you here on a Monday. It's rare to see you on a Monday, usually on Friday.
I like Knucklehead Earth.
72 Virgins. Also, thanks for coming in. Good Time Radio, Knucklehead Earth, Manny and Rudy 4. Okay.
Welcome all. T.L.
Welcome,
Wilson,
everybody.
I haven't seen you in a bit. Where you been? That is my friend Miss Wilson.
Okay.
Photographer and really good person. She hasn't been around. Whoever makes fun of us Monday through Friday, LMAO. Yeah. Anyway, good to have you all. Good Time Radio's on also. I feel like I got my head back on.
Oh yeah.
It really is almost. I mean, it's not impossible to do the show without a computer in front of you, but it's just not the same.
Anthony did it.
Anthony did because he had a newspaper.
Yeah.
But, he's like an anarchist /
Believe me.
Amish guy.
Believe me, it was Anthony did it because he had 2 people with the computer. But
3 people.
3 people.
oh yeah, right, 3 people. But anyway, what? Let's start with the news. What is the newest news that we have today?
Well, in case you were under a rock under Fox Network,
maybe
they had the
somebody
Teen Choice Awards last night.
The what?
The Teen Choice Awards. And there was a lot of, basically a lot of people who like teen shows and everything involved with teens, and it's usually involved with
I haven't been a
Nickelodeon.
teen in how many years now? 30 some odd years?
It's been almost over 20 years for me.
Yeah.
Basically, they had the Choice Movie comedy. That was a comedy. The results were Pitch Perfect. Choice Movie actor in comedy was Skylar Ashton in Pitch Perfect. Rebel Wilson was Choice Movie actress. Choice Movie romance was The Twilight Saga: Breaking Dawn Part 2. Choice Movie actor romance Robert Pattinson, Twilight Saga: Breaking Dawn Part 2. And obviously Kristen Stewart won also for Choice Movie actress in the romance category. Choice Movie villain Adam Devine, Perfect Pitch. I barely know any of these people. I must be really getting.
Well, he's everybody's a star right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give you an example. I mean, I was watching this Hip Hop Love of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
If that is not one of the worst shows that I have ever seen, where you got these clown-looking women with so much freaking makeup and clothes, and the most horrible syntax in terms of how they talk to each other.
Right.
And it's like having a bunch of whores on television, and then the guys are all spineless little boys.
Oh, you mean like basketball wives? Yeah.
Yeah. It
is
is
kind of ironic because there are no
the
wives
most
on the show.
horrible freaking show. And I'm sitting there going, I don't know why I'm watching this. I guess I'm just like completely mesmerized that these people even get on television.
Exactly.
And they're all cursing at each other and talking bad to each other and all of this. And I'm like, this is the most disgusting show I have ever seen. Then I switch and I find out the ones that were married to husbands.
To my basketball concubines. I mean basketball wives.
Yeah, well, there's the basketball wife, then there's.
Which is
other
ironic
wives.
because there's really I mean ever since Jennifer got a divorce and she ain't been in like over a year or so, like there's really no any more wives on the show. Just a bunch of ex-wives and a bunch of disgruntled baby mamas. That's basically what the show is.
Yeah, I mean, it's
just
the
call
most
it basketball
disgusting
whores,
thing I've ever
basketball
seen,
concubines.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, and then they're all like, think they're beautiful and all that. Meanwhile, they all like, they look like a bunch of freaking clowns with all this makeup. There's really not much pretty about them. And the ones that are pretty, like on that other bullshit show of ex-wives, the one that's married to Prince.
Oh,
and,
the Hollywood ex-wives.
Right, Hollywood ex-wives. I mean, who gives a shit about these people? Why do these people even have a show? From Kim
that's what I've been
Kardashian to
saying.
these wives, to the
That's what I've
housewives
been
of Atlanta, and
That's what I've been saying. I mean, all these people basically want to just make a show called, I used to make a whole lot of money, but now I'm just whoring myself to get this damn paycheck and child support,
You know what's so horrible about all this? Is that
They're
these...
trying to sell this insurance for Colonial Penn.
Yeah, what?
Oh, really?
What's so horrible about this shit
It's a diabetes
is
guy.
that these people have a show, and that we're not discovered yet. We got a better show than those scumbags. Mm-hmm. All those women.
I think we were discovered. That's the problem.
What was that?
We were discovered.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly, Manny? Women watch the BS show. They're targeted for female audience. They know men don't watch TV that much anymore, except there's a problem with that. A lot of these men are like women. Men actually gossip like women now. And half of these men are raised by single moms,
Duh,
so
it's
they're
a
all
circle.
emotional, and they're like women, right?
See, yeah.
They like that shit more than the women do.
Because they've basically been told, well, you gotta, if you want to get with a woman, you gotta pretty much act like one. Gossip all the time. And that's why, and think of all the guys that they date. I mean, they date thugs who are highly emotional, who wear their pants sagging and stuff like that. Which,
Look at that Mama D, whatever the hell her name is. Like this wench who has a filthy, dirty ass mouth. I mean, worse than me. I mean, my God, these women, and they all look like a bunch of whores, all of them. Now, one of them looks like, oh wow, she's beautiful. I like to marry her. Are you kidding me? They're all like clown faces with all this makeup on, and they all think that they're all full of themselves. And no, they know they're full of
You
themselves.
think they got a little too much face on their makeup?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could. You can peel that
Peanut
shit
butter
off.
and chocolate and peanut butter.
They're horrible looking. Then there's one of them that's got this pygmy looking face on with all this makeup, and she's the one that like everybody respects and all that. And I'm sitting there going, are you out of your freaking mind?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to watch on television anymore. Then they go and the Shark Week is ending, right? They replay the same shit over and over and over and over again. I know sharks better now than the back of my hand. I'm serious. You see, I didn't even know that was there. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You got all these shows repeating themselves. Then you have Raiders of the Lost Ark played about 12 times.
Mm-hmm.
You have Norbit played like 12 times. You have that Tyler Perry who makes me sick. Every other freaking channel's got one of his piece of shit movies
Actually,
on.
that was one of the movies I saw this past weekend. I Could Do Bad by Myself. And I'm like, Taraji P. Henson, look, you're an Oscar-nominated actress. Please, whatever film that you do, please do not play those same films that, I'm always getting pissed off and can't find a man. Because I'm going to tell you, you see those movies so many times like, damn, I would leave you too. I would leave your ass too. I'm sorry. I mean, especially how she treated the dude, the Latino guy in I Can Do Bad by Myself, who was played, this guy, the character Sandino was played by Adam Rodriguez, who plays on that show CSI Miami. I'm sorry. If she would have treated me, talk all that trash to me, if I was that dude, I would have left her like Morgan Freeman left Shawshank. No joke.
Yeah.
No joke. No, not like more. No, I would have left like freaking Tim Robbins. Just swam through like a sewer pipe full of crap for a whole half a mile until I finally found my way to freedom. Because there's no way in the world I was gonna treat someone like that. I like
you know, all those shows are just a lot of waste of money. From Honey Boo Boo.
Honey Doo Doo, yeah.
Which, by the way, I took a few seconds of it because I was desperate to find something.
You like that?
What a piece of crap that was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally. That little girl looks like a freaking turd. Forget about her mother. She looks like Jabba the Hutt. Then you got that Housewives of the whatever housewife they decide they want to do this week.
Yeah.
Now, when you got like Snooki, that little schnook, coming out on The View, and she's reveled by the other women, it's like, what the hell? This world, I'm telling you, there is an asteroid with our name on it, and it is lobbing itself to this freaking place. Before you know it, we're going to be gone. And believe me, you're just dessert at this point. I mean, we have gone to the lowest possible denominator. Exactly, asteroid Herb.
Yeah.
Herb, that is a child? What is a child?
What is a child?
Snooki is the dumbest human being on the planet. Yeah. I mean, why? And
she
then
got
they're glorifying her.
And she has a book deal.
Yeah, she's got a book deal. She got all the shit. There we go.
But that's a terrifying as they see. I'm human.
Exactly. I like that, Ed. By the way, the sharks were bet more entertainment than human beings. You almost wish like you could lob all these human beings and let the sharks eat them up. I mean, what a horrible weekend I had watching television.
Well, I mean, I've said it before. People like to reward
bullshit.
Yes, they like to reward misdeeds and dysfunctionalism. That's what sells on television. Well, besides sex and drugs.
Yeah. Then they had that retarded show for a bunch of retarded kids getting an award. Look, why don't you grow some pubic hair and have some real life before you get awarded for anything? This is like Justin Bieber when he was 16. He comes out with a freaking book, like a biography. I'm like, oh, what is he going to talk about?
What about Honey Boo Boo?
What
She's
about
only 7. What autobiography? She's only 7.
She got a head start.
That's probably what it was on her book. I went to Head Start, went to kindergarten, now I'm in the first grade. Woo! Times are hard.
I don't know.
Times are hard in the first grade, boy. I tell you.
You know, we got more people that are interesting on our show than half these people that are on television. I'm telling you. I mean, television has been ambushed and been taken over. This is why we're so hated in other countries. Because we have to have the worst television.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I thought usually the Teen Choice Awards it's usually, actually, Kids' Choice, I'm sorry. Kids' Choice Awards are usually on Nickelodeon, but Teen Choice, I guess that's like those who graduated from Nickelodeon, they have it on Fox or something, however. And
oh my God.
For sports, they had, at least I know these people. Choice female athlete is Gabby Douglas. You know, she's one of the gymnasts from the Fierce Five. That's not funny. Anyway.
That was funny. Justin Bieber and Rocco.
Choice male athlete went to David Beckham, and choice comedian was Ellen DeGeneres, and I think, what was it? I think Ashton Kutcher won like Artist of the Year, some type of special award. Yeah. And Choice TV.
Well, he does something else too. What does he do? A collector or something, or
collector or something? I don't know specifically.
I seen a show with him the other day, and I can't remember something else that he does on the side. I have to look it up.
Yeah, he produces some.
Shocked,
he produced some show. I think like Beauty and the Geek. You know, that's
he marries grandma.
Yeah.
And then he divorces her. By the way, Bruce Willis.
But also he played Steve Jobs in this upcoming movie called Jobs.
And he doesn't look like Steve Jobs at all. He does not look like Steve Jobs at all. He looks like Ashton Kutcher with a beard and a mustache.
Well,
does
pretty
not
much-
disappear in that character.
I don't know. You have to look.
It's like Oprah, in some weird way, disappears. I saw some snippets of her.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like in Your Color Purple, she disappeared in that character.
Well, of course, because
Right.
nobody didn't know who she was at the
Exactly.
time.
Well, that's true. And then, but you know, it's just like anything else. I mean, once
Yeah.
you become a certain typecast, it's like Herman Munster trying to play, you know,
King
come on.
Lear.
Yeah,
King
exactly.
Richard III. And
Yeah,
shit.
you're gonna look at him, and that's Herman Munster.
Yeah.
It's like my cousin Vinny. He disappeared in that role, somewhat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He didn't look like Herman Munster. He kind of disappeared in that role.
Well, of course, because well, for one thing, he didn't have that Herman Munster makeup, so that kind of helps.
Well, but he still had that look.
Yeah.
He looked like Judge Alex.
Yeah.
Judge Alex was
Judge
like
Alex's
Herman Munster.
daddy or something like that. But speaking of the Teen Choice Awards, Leah
Bye,
Michelle.
Darlene. Thank that you
He,
can.
he's into tech. He does tech shit like voice over internet phone service and shit like
Yeah.
that. He's part owner or something.
Come back, sweetheart.
Yeah,
Listen,
hey.
I hope your mother turns out okay.
I can't-
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he's not just an idiot. He's a rich one. He's
He's a rich idiot.
Rich idiot who knows how to invest well. So hey, I can't hate on the guy for his
I
entrepreneurial
think
skills.
He was good in what was that, 2.5 Men?
Mhm.
And then replaced what's his name? I think he was pretty funny.
He's okay.
Say
Yeah,
goodbye
he's
to
okay.
everybody. Say goodbye to Darlene,
the
please.
show's
Her
still
mother's
kinda
going
sucks.
through stuff, and she
Bye,
mentioned it.
Darlene.
Bye, Darlene. Take
And,
care. Hope your family gets better.
Yes,
Hey,
darling.
But there's gonna be rain on the way to everybody today.
Bye, sweetie. I'll catch
Oh,
you on
yeah.
Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was cousin Oliver in a Brady Bunch. He said.
You're right, Corporal Bite. I do.
Yeah.
All right,
But
man,
speaking of
that's,
which, I was saying before I finish off on this Choice Awards thing, Leah
Please.
Michelle, one of the actresses from Glee, she basically thanked the audience for giving her wonderful tweets and stuff, tweets for her because
And
her
her boyfriend died of heroin. Oh, I'm so sad.
Yeah, you see the look on
You know what? That's what you get. Sorry.
You should have seen the look on Sylvester's face and he got a tweet.
Supposed to cry.
But
Oh, everybody's poor guy. What did he die of? Heroin and alcohol.
Irvin, you be one heck of a
I'm
guidance
serious.
counselor.
I'm done. I'm done. They glorify these people all the time with their death and how poor baby and this and that. What the hell are you taking heroin and alcohol for? You
Yeah.
brought it on yourself, you stupid ass. I could see if he died in a plane crash like Otis Reddy. But
Something that you can't have no,
yeah,
you have no
supposed
control
to,
for.
feel bad. That's what happens.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
should
would have
be
had
at
more
25.
dignity. I have to agree. It is. I mean, how can you feel sorry? Because when people do bad mistakes, what the thing was so really messed up. They basically had a twerk off. They basically had some people supposedly from some world record holders or something, judges, and they were going to try to get like the whole audience to do one single twerk fest. Like they did the Harlem Shuffle like a few months back. Now they're going to try to get a world record for the most people in one room doing twerking. Just.
Well,
geez.
if that does happen, I hope that somebody breaks their spinal cord and winds up in a wheelchair. How's that? I mean, twerking has got to be like the worst freaking thing in the world. That's what apes do, isn't it? Isn't that what monkeys do?
No, they tend to jerk off. They don't
Well,
twerk.
besides
Well,
that,
They don't twerk, they jerk.
I've seen bears do it.
I mean, come on. Give me a break, twerking. Like that's like the most disgusting.
And throw their crap.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's
horrible
30
act.
years from now, they'll all be walking around like this.
Yeah.
You're right. Well, you should see it.
People don't
you
even-
just
yeah.
missed out. World famous. You're right. Twerking doesn't have a point outside a strip club.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Maybe it will throw that one video of the one of Stevie TV where the girl was addicted to twerking or something. That'd be Rudy. If you don't know what twerking is, you'll understand.
Yeah.
But kids today, I mean, people they don't even dance. They really don't dance. I remember there was a song back in the 90s, and this was like 15, 16 years ago. This how much we regressed as a dancing people. There was a song back in 96, 97 called "People Don't Dance No More. All they do is this. All they do is this." And this was back in 1997. 15, 16 years later, they really don't even dance. They just rub each other's legs and the side of their thighs until it gets warm. To ooh, I'm horny.
It is vile.
You know.
I agree. Twerking is vile. Real man pause. It is not only vile. It's humiliating and embarrassing for the person that has to watch it. Never mind the one that's doing it. And then rubbing up against guys' crotch what the hell? Do you know why? Do you remember that during the time of the Inquisition and the time of the Crusades and all that, where human beings were behaving badly? This is worse. This is absolutely worse. Because to me, this is more degrading. You know, this is more, at least then they were stupid. They didn't know any better. Today, we have no excuse. This kind of behavior, I wish the Crusades were back where people be chopping off heads on half of these idiots. They go around thinking that twerking is some kind of a style. And then you got these women with plastered on makeup that you could peel off with a freaking spatula.
Yeah, Kettle Corn. Yeah, that's a very good example. Yeah, Rudy C. Caramel Kitten for twerk. Yes. I think we actually played one of her videos. This woman named Caramel Kitten. She was actually interviewed by Tommy Sotomayor a few months back, and for some strange reason, he took her out on a date in San Antonio. I don't know why, but he did. I mean, obviously he tapped it, and and he ended up getting his car. One of Caramel Kitten's friends or somebody stole his rent-a-car. Yeah. So go figure. But hey, he's making enough money. He can replace it, so it's okay.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, folks. I've been traumatized over the weekend. I thought I was going to enjoy television, and instead, I really felt like, what the hell am I paying this money for this bullshit? I mean, what am I doing? Just a bunch of crappy ass shows. What a waste of money. What a waste of time. Really. And even the news, is more interesting now. Like, the bombings that went on. And did you hear about that? Back in Iraq again, they're bombing again. And the world's going back into the same old.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the president is up and taking a vacation, and did you hear what he said about that Putin, that piece of shit jewel thief guy, Vladimir Putin?
Yeah, he pooed it.
Yeah, he called him he's like the little boy in the back, the little bored boy in the back of a classroom or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell? Boy, Herb doesn't like anybody. Not today, Rocco.
Sabuki.
Not today. I'm bitter today.
Logan's run time. Yeah, Logan's run time carousel. Anyone over 30. Yeah, I saw that movie.
Thank you, Nicole.
I was 6 years old when I first saw that movie. That movie was BS. I mean, even I knew back then that movie was stupid. All these people talking about, ooh, they dance, ooh, it's carousel time, and all these people on their 30th birthday, they run around in the circle. It's their 30th birthday like it's carnival. Whee! And then all of a sudden you see these sparks flying out their chests and stuff. And like, they don't know, do they know that they dying? They being executed because they got a little GPS system in their little hearts or something like that. When it goes off, it explodes the hearts, and it kills them.
What the hell are we talking about?
Sabuki was talking about Logan's Run.
No.
And it's about this movie, where people just drop dead after 30 and something like that, and they have to go to this thing called Carousel.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who's the person that was the main star.
Michael York.
Michael York, yeah. Right? Michael York.
And Jenny Agutter. She played Jessica Six, and he
anyway.
Anyway, it's an okay movie. Actually, I kind of like the TV show much better than the movie, but that's just me. But they had
what a horrible weekend watching television.
You know what's really funny? Logan's Run actually won an Academy Award for Best Special Effects, and it looks cheesy as freaking Velveeta. I mean, think of all the
and soft too.
Yeah. And this was back in 1970. This movie came out in 1976, a year before Star Wars. Now, you want to talk about how quickly the advanced special effects went in just a year. When you look at the special effects in Logan's Run compared to special effects in Star Wars, I mean, my goodness, it's practically night and day in just a year's time. I mean, it's like going from horse and buggy to a Corvette. I mean, it's just totally different.
By the way, just a few notes here. Okay, I joined hearing twerking. I had to Google it. I call it degraded behavior. Absolutely. Degenerate behavior. Manny, Iraq is a toxic dump now that from all the bombing we did. Yeah. I mean, those poor people. I mean,
yeah.
Alright, whatever. Really. I'll still never get over the idea that they danced around and pranced around so happy when Americans were killed. I'll never forget that. And I wrote a piece on that on a blog. Yeah. Nobody answered back. If you remember, they wanted to build that bullshit down in Manhattan next to where the World Trade Center was, that mosque.
Yeah.
And everybody was against it. I, of course, was against it. And I wrote this piece, and I said, look, I wouldn't be so upset if it wasn't that they were dancing in the frickin' streets while our people were being killed over there. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
That's just something that's ingrained in my brain. Whatever's left of it, anyway. But I'm serious. I will never forget them prancing around and blah, 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 and dancing around, and the women and everybody in their burqas all dancing around and happy that Americans were being killed. You think that shit's gonna be forgotten overnight?
Speaking of deaths, though, CNN had two specials. They had Crimes of the Century, where they talked about the Oklahoma City bombings, which was the most at that time prior to 9/11, the most devastating terrorist attack on American soil.
What was that? Oh, the Oklahoma bombs.
Yeah, Oklahoma City bombs. It was really terrible, and it's kind of really terrible how America treats their soldiers. And this guy, Timothy McVeigh, who was part of the mastermind of everything. And he basically was trying to get into special forces, and he didn't make it because he wanted to stay in the military, and he got discharged at the end of '91. So basically, between those 3 years, he didn't have anything to do, and basically just, I guess, like you said, idle hands at the devil's workshop, I guess.
I know.
And and during his teenage years or during his military, around about that time, in his teen years or early 20s, he fell upon a book called The Turner Diaries, which basically tells about how these supremacist groups, he basically blows up a federal building with a truck, and that's basically how they blew up Oklahoma City. The F. Murrah building was blown up in Oklahoma City with a truck bomb.
Well,
and before that, they even had, as I told you, Friday they had that CNN special by Dr. Sanjay Gupta about weed, about how weed actually helps certain medical conditions, that these man-made pills and medicines that can't even do a thing. And actually, some of those medicines are probably more worse and actually fatal compared to some people. There was actually one girl who actually had these severe seizures. She had like about 200 seizures a week, and basically they had to no other choice but use medicinal marijuana, and bam, she was practically cured overnight.
Well, all I can say is, look, going back to the Timothy McVeigh and all that, the president spoke to a bunch of veterans about the veteran benefits and how he's going to be given this and that and that. It's very sad that today still we have a problem with giving the benefits to the veterans. I mean, here you have Congress wanting to cut funding for every freaking thing except, of course, their own pet peeve projects, They want to cut this, they want to cut that, they want to cut this. They talk about, we're patriots, we're this and that, and but meanwhile, the veterans are getting shit. They're getting the worst, like welfare treatment. Even worse than that. think welfare recipients get better treatment.
Yeah.
And it's no wonder why some of them become embittered. I mean, here they are with all their good heart and natureness going out and trying to defend this country. They come back here and they're treated like shit, where they can't even get proper medical attention for some of the crap they went through. And that the president still has to speak on that is pretty disgraceful.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I got some news. Just
Good morning, Deadpool.
Basically, this past weekend, you talking about a wing dang doodle. This past Friday, after our show went off the air Friday, Starbucks coffee shops around the country were at the center of the debate between gun rights advocates and gun control advocates, as the gun owners this past Friday, noted Starbucks Appreciate Day. Says the day was in recognition of Starbucks' corporate policy that allows guns in their stores.
They sell coffee. What the hell do they have to do with guns?
The idea was supposedly originated.
That's what.
Yeah, exactly. The Starbucks, although the columnist credited the idea that the Facebook page advertising the event says that Starbucks has been the target of unjust attacks from groups that do not support their right to bear arms. And organizers say they want to thank Starbucks for standing up for their rights and ask participants to follow all laws if they decide to carry a gun during the event and to wear pro-gun rights apparel. And Starbucks says it complies with the laws and communities it serves. It says a gun control group of Newton, Massachusetts is scurrying gun rights advocates from holding a rally at Starbucks, which is basically Newton Action Alliance, the NAA, which is an advocacy group formed after the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre. And they said the community was still healing and encouraged Starbucks to evaluate its policy allowing guns in their stores, to reconsider that. And that's pretty much what went on this past Friday, at least at Starbucks. I do have some...
I don't know. I don't know how Starbucks got involved in all that shit. Mm-hmm. This is like Chick-fil-A now wanting to serve gay people. What the hell? Sell your freaking chicken. Sell your freaking coffee. And don't get involved. Don't get in my pants. Don't get in my gun issue. Why are you people all up my ass and in my bedroom and all that shit? You're supposed to sell coffee and chicken. What do you have to do with homosexuality and guns? What is that all about?
I don't know, but I guess the people let their dollars speak for themselves.
Because their coffee tastes horrible, I call it Charbucks. Because it tastes like that coffee that sits in the bottom of the frickin' vat, all burnt up.
Are you talking about Starbucks or Chick-fil-A?
Starbucks.
Okay.
And Chick-fil-A, they give you little pieces of chicken like this for double the amount that McDonald's sells you. And it's no better than McDonald's food. Except maybe they got a pretty girl that takes too much of their time and too much of your time saying hello and good morning to you. Don't say shit to me. Just take my order. Don't say hi, how are you? How's your day going? I don't want to hear that shit. I'm eating fast food. Stupid ass. Just serve me my chicken. And then they charge you $5 on average for a little whatever meal.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
What he said, yes.
They don't open on Sunday. You religious nutcases.
In other news, the Bibb County Board of Elections is reminding people in Bibb County that they have only 7 days from today left to register to vote in the September 17th special election. On that date, voters will choose a mayor and 9 commissioners to form the new consolidated government of Macon-Bibb County. The last day to register to vote for upcoming special nonpartisan election and runoff elections, if required, is on August 19th, 2013. That's 7 days from today, a week from today. Voter registration forms are available at the Board of Elections main office at 2445 Pionono Avenue, Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and at Macon City Hall. All public libraries, the Driver's License Bureau, and the Department of Family and Children Services, DFACS. Voters can also download the voter registration application online from the following website. The State of Georgia My Voter page website at http:// well, I'll just go ahead and just
colon.
Don't splash your colon.
Yeah. What he said.
Painful.
I'll go ahead and copy that link.
Whoop-de-doo. I'm so happy.
You'll be able to register to vote online. For those who are Middle Georgia voters, I'll go ahead and send that to you, and hopefully you'll be able to use it to register. And there you go. Hercules. I'm flattered. Flattered. You gotta have a clean colon.
See, the people out of state don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Crazy.
Anyway, so much is going on in the blogosphere world.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Nick Cal, how's the weather in Connecticut?
Oh, really? Let me get the
Anyway, what else is in the news, Derek? I'm reading all these Facebook drama going on. And whatever.
Well, says in the big story AP.org, it says that dealers are now being charged in drug overdose deaths. Really? In Toms River, New Jersey, with the number of heroin overdoses skyrocketing nationwide, a growing number of law enforcement agencies are dusting off strict, rarely used drug laws, changing investigatory techniques, and relying on technology to prosecute drug dealers for causing overdose deaths. The aggressive change in tactics come as more people turn to heroin because of crackdowns on powerful prescription opiate painkillers that make them more expensive and inaccessible. The popular prescription drug OxyContin has also been reformulated to make it difficult to crush and snort, making it less desirable on the street, law enforcement officials said. Nationwide, the number of people who said they have used heroin in the past year skyrocketed by 66% between 2007 and 2011, according to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration. The number of people who died of overdoses and had heroin present in their system jumped from 55% from 2000 to 2010, according to the CDC. Rather than going after lower-level users of heroin, prosecutors are looking to take out dealers and members of the supply chain by connecting them and the drugs they sold to overdose deaths and charging them with laws that carry stiff penalties. And then basically,
you know what I think? You know how they do in the bank now, where they take your thumbprint? I think they need to do that at pharmacies now too, rather than just, may I see your ID? The thumbprint, and have that system hooked up. I mean, if they're already hooked up to this shit now, there's no reason why they can't have a system like that. Put that fingerprint in and make sure it's the right person.
Yeah.
And I agree. I know somebody that gets the same medications from 3 different doctors. Okay, at 3 different pharmacies. The same shit.
Yeah.
And they just sell it.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that way they have to go. I mean, granted, I know they have to find some kind of way to get these drug dealers, but you know.
Well, Lawrence has like $4 or $5 on the street.
Yeah,
you know?
But I'm just saying, you know, they're gonna accuse them for. I mean, what they're gonna do? Put them for malpractice? Not like these drug dealers take the Hippocratic oath like doctors do.
Doctors Hippocratic oath, they ain't no better anyway. My doctor, he had me hooked on Xanax. I was addicted to Xanax, man. I had to go to rehab. So, you know, we are, this country now, a lot of people are hooked on painkillers and shit thanks to their doctors.
So I guess Chris Rock was right. There's just, these doctors just a bunch of drug dealers, just a bunch of Nino Browns with a medical license. They don't want you to get hooked on heroin and weed, but they do want you to get hooked on Xanax and their other prescription drugs.
Until they make money, you know, then when the doctor prescribes, he gets a little cut from the company. Every time he prescribes something, that's why you may go to one doctor, he may give you Xanax. Another doctor may give you Klonopin. Another one may give you Ativan. It depends on who their pharmaceutical company is.
Exactly.
But the doctors that give you the free samples, those are the best.
I see.
Nothing like free drugs. And legally.
By the way, Sanjay Gupta.
Yes.
Makes a lot of sense. I mean, here they are. They want to criminalize marijuana, but meanwhile, it's not like alcohol. It destroys your liver and gets you drunk and causes more accidents than than just about anything else.
And then you have cigarettes.
Then you have cigarettes, which,
give
by
you
the way, if you
COPD
notice, I
and
haven't been
emphysema.
smoking today.
Yeah.
Well, you know they want to take menthol cigarettes off the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the substance in it makes you addicted. There's
Yes.
sugars in it and shit like that.
Well, it gives they give that minty menthol flavor, and plus, in a way, I think they should anyway because
minty fresh feeling.
because a lot of African Americans and some Latinos and poor whites tend to get one of those menthol.
Now I'm white.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's strictly marketed to African American people because that's saw so many Newport and Salem and cool cigarettes in the black neighborhoods. Not even funny back there in the late 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
the other thing is prescription drugs. He mentioned that every 16 minutes somebody dies or has an overdose on prescription drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. I mean, when was the last time you heard somebody crash a car because they were on pot?
Mm-hmm.
It's always drunk driving.
Yeah.
Or it's always, or could be that they didn't take their drugs, so they had some kind of a seizure.
Yeah.
But this whole country's all screwed up.
Do Camel have a menthol version?
Yeah, it's a Camel Crush. They got a strict menthol and they have one that's when you light, it's got a little ball in the filter. It's a regular cigarette. When you snap that ball, it turns it into a menthol.
Oh, how about that? See
But you know what? People, always trying to bum a cigarette off me. You go to the store, you buy a pack, and as soon as hey man, you got a cigarette, So I made myself a pack of loads. You know what those are?
No.
Those little things you slide in cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm going to get a couple cigarettes and I'll load them fuckers up. And those will be ones I'll be passing out. They'll never ask me for another fucking cigarette.
Well,
that
Lolo's.
Boom!
Anyway, what else is in the news, Derek?
Well, also in other news, Usher Raymond
that I
retains
saw.
custody of children in following pool accident. Says after an afternoon filled with emotional and at times contentious testimony from both Usher and his ex-wife Tamika Raymond, a judge in Atlanta has denied Miss Raymond's request for temporary primary custody of their two children. The Friday afternoon hearing came after a near-fatal accident in Usher's house in Atlanta, where one of their children, Usher V, Usher the Fifth, was swimming in a pool and got his hand stuck in a drain. His aunt and a maid attempted to save him, but were unsuccessful. The child remained at the bottom of the pool until two men who were working in the house finally removed him from the pool and performed CPR. Usher was not at home at the time of the incident, and 2 days later, his ex filed paperwork accusing him of putting Usher V and their son Naveed at risk because of his busy schedule. Raymond also claimed that Usher delegated supervisory responsibility to his aunt, who was not trained as a caregiver, and asserted that the singer had also fired every caregiver who was on staff when he was awarded primary custody of children last year, and does not keep his ex-wife informed of his travel schedule. In at Friday's emergency hearing, Raymond took the stand to back the claims up. She testified that the pool at Usher's house did not have that kind of safety fence around it, and that the drain in the pool did not have a proper cover. She also called into question the qualifications of Usher's aunt, Rena Oden, pointing out that she was on disability and therefore unable to provide adequate care for her two rambunctious children.
Mm-hmm.
But Raymond's main point of contention seemed to be that Usher does not inform of what goes on in his house or who is watching their children at any given moment. She says, I don't know. I'm not in know what's going on with my kids. I don't know where my kids are, who they're with. I can't even speak with my kids when they're with him. During a testimony, the 911 call from the day of the near drowning was played, and Raymond became extremely emotional. And Usher then took the stand and fielded several questions from Raymond's attorney.
That's the key word right there. Okay, now you have to remind yourself, why is it that Usher has custody of these children? Now you would think that it's a money issue, but in fact it's not. It's because the mother is mentally unstable. If you saw her on that stand, the judge literally just told her, get off the stand. He put her off. She starts breaking down, all hysterical, all this drama, all this bullshit. I mean, the fact of the matter is that the kid is better off with the father, regardless of whether the mother's in the picture or not. To me, that woman is unstable. You could see it. She ought to be on the that show, the Housewives show, the ex-housewife. Just nutty is those freaking women. All bitter, angry, always wearing the sunglasses, always trying to look good. The only reason why you're looking good and you have any money is because you got money from this kid, us.
Yeah.
You couldn't do shit for yourself. You'd just be another skank on the street somewhere in Atlanta.
Dang.
Another wannabe. And as she gets on the stand, she starts crying and all this shit. It's ridiculous. She looks impossible. You look at her and you can tell, oh, no wonder. I don't even know what the hell it was that Usher saw in this woman.
I'm still thinking it myself.
Because
it seems to me, I mean, call me crazy, but doesn't it seem to be kind of really weird?
Crazy.
But it seems that all the women, particularly some of the young guys who were with them, they're with older women, and the guys seem to be much, much younger. And I'm not knocking. That's what you like. But it seems to be quite peculiar that they're trying to, the cougar cub thing going on. They're trying to compete with the older guys, younger women type things. Like, hey, we can do it too. Well, yeah.
I don't know.
But now
all I know is she's not mentally stable. I mean, God forbid she had that kid.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, she already had one son that died. Who was in custody of that kid?
She was.
Exactly.
She was.
Exactly.
And they weren't at home. They were at some lake somewhere.
At some lake.
And got hit, ran over by a jet ski or something like that, and they got messed.
And so the last thing that you need, and then she gets all paranoid. Oh, my kid, I'm gonna die. Meanwhile, look, lady, you had a kid in your possession, and he died.
Mm-hmm.
So now she wants to take out her incompetence on Usher.
Yeah. But see, Leonidas, I agree. He hasn't done anything wrong. I mean, basically, he has a schedule because, what? The light bill doesn't pay itself. The water bill doesn't pay itself. He has to work.
Yeah.
Just like she has to work. But, it happened at home. These things are going to happen. I'm not saying that you should have... Well, first of all, you should always have a pool either fenced in or just pay the whole doggone thing off. Especially if you have, a 5-year-old kid.
Hey, Yurag, what the hell are you talking about? Yurag is going off on some bipartisan legislation. The article includes that legislation will be needing some case that there is bipartisan support for the legislation. What are you talking about? Yurag, I missed it. You must have wrote something way before. Let me see. Okay. Attorney General Eric Holder is set to announce Monday that low-level, non-violent drug offenders with no ties to gangs or larger-scale drug organization will no longer be charged with offenses that impose severe mandatory sentences.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what that means. They're going to legalize marijuana? That's the only issue I really want to know. Yeah, or decriminalize it as our infamous. Okay. Yeah, I read that. Thanks. You're right. By the way, even Jack Ellis said to me while he was having his sandwich over roasted, they should decriminalize it. Just in case he's looking. Jack Ellis, the guy who's running for mayor here, said that he would look to decriminalizing it, not legalizing it. Legalizing it is very complicated, but decriminalizing it.
No, if you make it fall in the same category as alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the problem is that people make their own beer and shit like that, but it's easier to grow your own weed. Now, California, you can grow your own weed. I watched cops last week, and the cops came in the backyard, seen all the plants, and they were talking about, 3 years ago, we'd have to throw you in jail, but now we'll help you move these plants over there.
Mm-hmm.
Anything we can do to help?
Yeah.
Well, here we go. By the way,
it's not for my police training. It was just hot, and I haven't had a haircut in 4.5, almost 5 months.
He looks good. He looks like he just came out of the service here.
DB's going to be undercover. Undercover brother.
Anyway, it's 9/11.
That's right.
I know we started late, but we're going to break in about...
at 8:17.
Pardon?
We started at 8:17.
At 8:17. All right, well, we got 6 minutes.
6 minutes to get fresh, Sharon.
Yeah. Well, let's just say hello to everybody while we're here. We got a whole bunch of people we haven't said hello to. So we're going to start off at the top. Good morning, Iraq Wildcat, Plastic Canvas. 72 Virgins, Adam Bro 21 rather. ATT, Bunga, Deadpool 515, Knucklehead, Herb, Leonardus, Manny, Nical 3000, Real Porns, Rocco, Vorpa by 2, Cocknose, Cattlecorn, and Rudy 4. And that's it. Whatever happened to T.O. Wilson? Boy, she was here and gone in a quick. And where's Saibuki?
Yeah. Where did he go?
These people. You know, they come in, they got their little fix, and they go.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
It's afternoon for him.
Yeah, it's like 2.
He's got kids.
Yeah, it's 2. Yeah,
it's granny to take care of. So.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's 2:12, and yeah.
Some people
time.
actually have a life, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm just wondering what the hell.
Hard to believe.
What the hell kind of life does Saibuki have?
Being a dad and granddad. That's
yeah.
Well, it's 9:13 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. It's 75 degrees in Macon, 75 and sunny with a high of 92 and a low of 74. So maybe later in the day you might want to be best friends with your air conditioning and your fans, because it's going to get really hot, as well as rain sometime. Well, maybe not today, but sometime either late tonight or tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Well, that's
by the way, you know, I saw you said fan, and I saw Elvis. Just so that you know.
Okay. You saw
you know how they make fun? I cited Elvis.
Uh-huh.
I saw Elvis in a concert.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
And he was pretty good, but in that concert, it was in Hawaii.
Oh, you're talking about that live from Hawaii, 1970.
Yeah, Aloha.
Aloha. That was his last stage performance, I think.
Yeah, before he died of another drug overdose.
Yes. That was 40 years ago. Can you believe that? Back in 73.
Yep.
40 years ago. Well, it's 9:14 and 75 degrees outside. We're into our first one and done. First hour has been done. Now we have 2 more to go. Hopefully you'll stay on 2 tunes. We're going to take a break. We're watching the Morning Roast live from the Doghouse with Irv, Ed, and DB. We'll be right back.
Yeah, stick around.
Now, bring me the prisoners.
It's for you, Rocco.
Now, take him to be tortured. And as for my American friend, the CIA thinks it can infiltrate the mountain of Dr. Crud. You can't scare me, you slant-eyed yellow bastard. Take him to Detroit. No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No! Oh, I can't believe you just did that to me. Huh. Talk about a violation.
You needed a bath.
What? I did not.
Well, you stunk.
What? What did you say to me? Come here and say that.
You stunk.
You know what? You're not so big. I could take you. Okay, maybe I can't, but that's not the point. How'd you like to take a bath, huh? Come and get yours.
I have a shower every day.
Oh, yeah? Well, here's another one for you. Oh, what's that now? Oh, I've got a wet butt. Even my butt. You don't know what it's like.
You done?
Oh, I'm just... I'm so angry with you right now. How could you do that? Huh? What is it? Does it give you some kind of sick pleasure? Does it? Oh, you don't know what it's like. You're not a dog. We need another dog. He'd know what it's like. Well, until then, I'm gonna share it with you.
We begin this half hour with breaking news in Palo Pinto County. Police in Mineral Wells have discovered a woman's body in a deep freezer.
This is happening at a house right there at the corner of Southeast 14th Avenue and Southeast 19th Streets. NBC5's Keaton Fox is in Mineral Wells right now in Fast 5 Live. And Keaton, you've talked to the police chief out there, and I understand they're not ready to call this a murder. This possibly could be an accident. So tell us more about what the chief has told us.
Yeah, there are still some questions about how all of this happened. Police tell us that they got the call about 6 o'clock. Let me show you the scene where this happened over on, as you mentioned, the corner of 14th and 19th. We do know that the body was found inside a freezer. We know it was a female victim in her 40s. Right now, there are no suspects in custody, according to the chief. We do know that the body has been taken to the Tarrant County Medical Examiner for further investigation. We're still working on getting a name just now. We know the police are still interviewing family members and neighbors in the area. No word yet on how long she had been there, and they hope they can get some information about how she wound up in that freezer. As you mentioned, they are treating this right now as a homicide, but they say it could very well be an accident. They've had cases where people have fell into freezers and have been trapped. So the investigation here continues. As I mentioned, we're still working on getting that woman's name and other information. When we have it, we'll pass it on to you. We're live in Mineral Wells, guys. Back to you for now.
All right, keep us posted.
You know, Panama Canal.
Okay, we're going to get a geography lesson from our president.
Is being widened so that these big super tankers can come in. Now, that'll be finished in 2015. If we don't deepen our ports all along the Gulf, places like Charleston, South Carolina, or Savannah, Georgia, or Jacksonville, Florida, if we don't do that, those ships are going to go someplace else.
I'm sorry, you find humor in that?
Oh, you mean...
Since when is the Atlantic Ocean part of the Gulf? Charleston, South Carolina, Jacksonville, Savannah. They're all on the East Coast. They're not in the Gulf.
No. And if you would...
Doesn't it go around, though? I mean, it kind of...
Yeah, but not... average people don't know... I mean, come on, we could... I mean, everyone... I mean, I'm not excusing the guy. I mean, you should know your geography. But at the same time, but I mean, what about you know, George W. Bush 43? I mean, come on. I mean, the Mr. Hooked on Phonics, you know, the GED president. I would have some strategic.
Yeah, but don't the storms that are hurricanes start in the Atlantic and wind up in the Gulf?
Not all the time.
Well,
I'm
saying,
usually
some of them come up from
either in the Gulf or through the eastern seaboard. 9 times out of 10 is either on the eastern seaboard or in the Gulf.
They're two separate bodies, but they're really the same freaking thing, aren't they?
No.
They're next door. They're next to each other.
There's the Atlantic Ocean.
Right. It's not like the Pacific Ocean. You've got all that land there.
Yeah, that's true. The Gulf of Mexico empties out into the Atlantic.
Exactly.
You know.
What does Bush have to do with Obama, anyways?
Bush
take enough blame already.
Well, if Obama never would have been elected if Bush screwed up that time at a time. And they excused him. They excused him many, many times.
Yeah. By the way, did you hear about Bush? He had a stent put in his heart. I mean, here's a guy that's very healthy. And, I mean, the epitome of health. And yet, you know, even he had a heart problem. Kind of weird. And what happened with his father? His father, like, overnight became a cripple. What happened with his father? I mean, his father was doing so well, and then, like, one day he wakes up and he's in a freaking wheelchair. What happened there? He was doing so well.
Who knows, man? I mean,
not that old.
He's the same age as Jimmy Carter. Yeah.
And look at Jimmy Carter. That boy is still running around. He was just here, Mercer University.
Yeah, because all them years since he left office, Reagan beat him and left off. What do you think he's been doing? He's been planting peanuts and building houses for Habitat of Humanity. I mean, shit.
George Bush. Plus, his mother was like 100 years old when
George H.W. When he left office, he wasn't building houses left and right all over the place. No, he was just, you know.
No. All I have to say is that Carter still looks good. And Bush is in a wheelchair, and I feel bad because he was, such a healthy guy, tall, stature. I mean, he's taller than his son.
Well, yeah.
Now he's shorter. He's in a wheelchair. I just don't understand what happened.
You tend to shrink up a little bit when you get older, so that's gonna happen.
I don't know. Maybe everybody ages differently, but boy, you talk about overnight aging. I mean, you go from jumping out of airplanes, winding up in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
He walks worse than I did.
Rudy Force says, according to Sarah Palin, Paul Revere signed the Constitution. Plastic Canvas says it sounded like his health caught up with him. Yeah, Manny says, old man Bush in 91 made the speech to usher in the New World Order, the NWO, September 11th of 1991. As a matter of fact, what happened 10 years later to that day? You gotta get the... Well, it's in the second hour. We're in the second hour of the morning roast, live from the Doghouse with Irv, Ed, and DB here. It's going on 9:22, 23 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time in Macon, Georgia. 79 degrees in Macon with a high of 92 and a low of 74. We have some crazy things that's going on.
Yeah, we have a car that overturned. You heard about that?
Oh.
Up in the lake?
Yeah, Jones County driver dies after car overturns in a pond. One man is dead and 4 others are injured after car overturned in a pond on Jones County on Tuesday night. How did that happen? I don't know. But according to Jones County Sheriff's Office, 43-year-old Robert Greiner was driving in a wooded area near Fallen Door Road when his Chevrolet truck plunged into a pond. 4 passengers were transported to a medical center, and Greiner was pronounced dead at the scene. Officials removed the truck on Sunday morning. So, what do you think? He was driving... What was he doing in that wooded area?
Oh, no, I don't want to say...
He was on a road, wasn't he? He was on a road, just by the woods or something. He was probably drunk.
Yeah.
Possibly.
On international news, they found that girl, by the way. The Amber Alert girl.
Yes.
Did you mention that story yet? And here's a weird thing about it. There was this couple that came out yesterday. There were 2 couples. And they said that the little girl wouldn't look at them, didn't want to communicate with them, and all of that. And that she had mentioned something like, when the guy made fun, he was trying to throw a joke. What are you doing with your feet in the water? There's fish in there, which was meant to be a joke.
Yeah.
And that she, while he's walking away, she said, they're in trouble. We're in trouble now. My only concern, and it has been from the beginning, is that somehow, although she's only 16 years old or whatever, I'm afraid she was in on it. I mean, I've been saying that from the moment that this shit happened, and I'm hoping that that's not the case. I'm hoping that I'm dead wrong. They talk about brainwashing, they talk about this, they talk about that, but I don't know. I mean, it just sounds kind of weird to me that she couldn't have yelled out, especially with 4 people there on horses and guns with them, that she couldn't scream out and say, help me, this guy just kidnapped me. Instead, she avoided looking at them, didn't say much to them, allowed this pervert, pedophile to hold her, he was holding her in a waist and all the shit going on. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure whether she knew that her parents were killed or her mother was killed and her brother. I'm not sure. But it's starting to look like to me, and I'm sure it looks like that to the detectives as well, that maybe, just maybe, she was in on all this shit. We'll never really know the truth now that the guy is dead. But what do you think, Derek? Think there's a possibility?
Well, there's always a possibility.
Well, he was a friend of the family's, right? Friend of the mother's.
Yeah.
I bet she was screwing around with him.
I don't know. When we all realize the whole Republican Democratic leadership that I can't anyways, maybe we can overcome. They were trying to separate, divide it. We common folk, yeah.
Okay. Speaking of getting screwed.
Yeah, you covered that one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hold on to your nuts.
Yes, definitely. Definitely hold on to this. This is an early wing dang doodle that I got from Ed here. You're not gonna believe this here. You're not gonna believe this. This I can't even say it with a straight face. But it says this is a crazy story right here about a Scandinavian skinny dippers are warned of a testicle biting fish. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water after Shark Week is over, as the saying goes, male skinny dippers in Scandinavia are being warned about a fish infamous for munching on testicles.
Is that a coincidence? What are they doing? Swimming around without any pants on?
Yes, that's right. Skinny dipping. Yes, the pacu, P-A-C-U, native to South America, was found by a fisherman in the Danish-Swedish Strait of Øresund, according to experts at the Natural History Museum of Denmark. Though the fish has big teeth and looks menacing, it is generally known as the friendly cousin of the piranha. Yeah, it looked like it got like freaking molars on the bottom. The pacu's large teeth aren't as sharp as piranhas, but they are fully capable of severing fishing lines and fingers, according to the museum's experts. And yeah, the pacu is vegetarian, unlike its meat-eating cousin, the piranha. So watch its swimmers beware, because pacu fish love crushing nuts with their powerful jaws, and sometimes can mistake the male reproductive organs as their favorite snack. Just how exotic fish ended up in Scandinavian waters is a bit of a mystery, according to the museum. It says amateur aquarium owners and fish farmers are the usual suspects when we meet fish where they do not belong, said the museum's Peter Rask Muller. Yeah, what a coincidence.
Peter.
Museum experts say that they're going to perform a genetic examination on the pacu found on the fishermen's nets to learn more about the fish. In the meantime, the advice of the museum's experts is this: anyone choosing to bathe in the Øresund these days had best keeps their swimsuits well tied. In other words, if you're going to go swimming and you see these pacu fish, you better wear a cup.
Damn.
Yeah, well.
Oh yes.
Hold on to your nuts.
Yes.
Anyway, by the way, did you hear about Al Tillman, his residency being challenged?
Oh yeah.
By Henry Gibson.
Former police chief turned councilman.
Yeah, this guy, I don't know what to say, but there's a video out on him. This guy, Gibson, he really, I'm surprised that this guy even was ever a city councilman. Then again, I'm surprised anybody in that city council ever even made it there. But if you look at him, here he is.
Yeah.
There's Henry Gibson. And the problem that I'm having with him is that it's always all about him. It's always... Now he says, oh, well, why don't they reopen it up again and I'll jump in and this and that. If Al can do it. I mean, this guy's crazy. Even when what happened with Junebug during the time with Officer Clayton Sutton, when the GBI report came in, and you would think that he would say something that was intelligent, but instead it all went back to him. Oh, they didn't ask me. I have all this experience. Why they didn't come to me? It's all about him. I mean, this is a guy that the most famous thing that he has, and the most famous thing that he does, is sell junk food. To people who are drunk. And so to me, it doesn't surprise me whatsoever that he would challenge Al. And what can I say? So Al Tillman is being challenged by, it says, in the wake of a complaint filed against him challenging his residency, Al Tillman told the Carter supporters he's not backing out of the race for making Bibb County Commission District 9. Tillman officially announced his campaign headquarters Thursday night. We were there. Anthony and I went there. He threw a party at a space located in Bloomsfield Road, complete with free food and entertainment. I know why he's laughing.
No comment.
One of Tillman's former high school teachers spoke highly of the candidate, saying he's a hope for Macon's future. And Tillman told NBC he's going to run a campaign focused on 3 things: civility, integrity, and unity. There you have it. Al Tillman. By the way, they have a film, and of course Anthony and I had already left. We then went on to go downtown to look at the candidates running for commissioner in Anthony's district. And once again, what a joke. Our question wasn't even asked. You know, they give out these little index cards for you to write a question. By the way, that is the DJ that was at Al Tillman's place. You can have that.
AJ. Okay, thank you.
And they hand you an index card and you write your question down and all that. But they never ask the question. These people are a bunch of jokers. They insult your intelligence. And some of these people don't have much, but they still insult it, whatever level they're at. I mean, this is the way it runs around here. They try to make you think that you're included, but meanwhile, in the end, it's like an anticlimax. It's like faking an orgasm. Here you are building up, thinking your question's going to be asked, and nothing happens. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this happens every freaking time. I don't know how many people I've walked out, where they're complaining my question wasn't even asked, and I'm like, yeah, welcome to the club.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime I write something, they put it down to the bottom of the pile and say, well, we're not going to ask this shit. No matter how good my question is, they won't ask it. Because it's usually about something they don't want to talk about. They're afraid to ask the question because they ain't got an answer to it. This is the way it works around here, folks. It's all theater. You're absolutely right. And it's very one-sided. Absolutely right. Welcome, Tower of London. But I will say this. When Anthony was there, they pulled him on the side and he gave a small interview. I mean, even though people say they don't like him, and they think he's a jerk and this and that, believe me, it's just like, people are so schizophrenic. They say they don't like you, but in fact, they just don't want to look bad. But in their heart of hearts, they're glad you're around. They say, well, shit, he's saying shit that I wouldn't say. I won't agree with him. But, he's right. It's the way it is. Yeah, the forum's going to be fun. I want to see what Anthony does that. People think Anthony's a jerk. No, they don't think he's a jerk. They think he's a son of a bitch. They call him an ass clown and all that shit. Calling him all these names. They don't even know this guy. But they do the same shit to me. They barely know me. They don't know anything about me. I'm like a freaking enigma in this place. And yet they right away they judge you. Rocco, you'll be here 5 minutes and they'll call you every freaking name in the book just by your looks. And because you don't take shit from anybody, they'll hate you to the grave. They can't handle the truth here. They can't handle being told to their face what a piece of shit they are. They can't handle the fact that they're a bunch of two-faced, hypocritical liars who walk around pretending like they like you, but in fact they're stabbing you in the back and hate you with their brains, whatever brains they got. They can't stand you, but yet they tell you they like you and they respect you. They're full of shit. That's what they are. And when you got a guy like Anthony that's here, when he tells you to your face, when he tells you what a piece of shit you are and reminds you of it, they can't handle it. They freak out.
You can't handle the truth.
Let me tell you. And when I said it, exactly, this is the place that, they sweep everything under the rug. The home of the swept under the rug shit.
Yeah, no, it's like that in every freaking city. The only problem,
No, it's not like that everywhere. Believe me.
Oh, believe me, it is.
I mean, maybe. You may be right. But let me tell you something. It's crystal clear here. I mean, they're so stupid, they can't even know how to hide it. At least in other places, they know how to hide it. Yeah, they're so blatant about it in your face. They're so stupid, they don't even know how to hide it. You know? Yeah. Anyway. It's the same as the Nation of Islam. Al Sharpton, Jesse Down, and their followers, Southpaw. Even 99% of whites hate the KK. Yeah, of course. You know, they hate it because they know they're bad guys, but in their heart of hearts, they probably like them anyway. I'm never sure about that. I just don't trust people's intentions, and sometimes they say things that they don't mean.
Tell them they need a festival for it. The Sweep It Under the Rug Festival.
Yeah.
Speaking of something, they probably want to sweep it under the rug. I sent a picture to Ed. It was a crazy tweet. This really, really cold-hearted tweet by Candy and the City. And it was just really hard. I'll just go ahead and just read it. It says, "My baby daddy just lost his job 2 months ago now. He can't pay me my child support. So every time he come to see our twin sons, who is 3, well, are 3, because there's 2 of them, I charge him $1 a minute. That's right, I sure do. And what? This nigga gonna pay me to see his sons? If you want to come over, he gotta pay $75. He still be coming to see our boys, but not as often. I feel like he need to be punished for losing his job, and I want my money regardless. He calls himself showing up at my door crying tears because he missed his sons. Talking about he put in apps every day, and please let us see his babies. I'm like, oh well, nigga, you gonna pay me or pay up or miss out. I don't give a F about this relationship with my sons. My boys don't need no broke ass daddy. My new boyfriend will teach my babies to be real men, not some crying ass punk. My question is this: how long should I? Dang, you need hook on phonics. How long should I wait before I report his ass for non-payment of child support? I need my damn loot. No, you need some damn want ass. That's what you need, chick. Because she wants the money. She wants the money. And how you gonna punish him for losing a job? Losing a job is he already lost a job. What can you give him a punish that? I mean, unless you tell him to eat a bullet or something. But I mean, come on.
By the way,
you renting. Basically, that's messed up. You leasing your sons out for your son. You don't tell your mom to pay. You don't charge your mom for seeing her sons, her grandchildren, your grandson. You don't let your sister charge your sisters see their nephews, but you gonna charge your baby daddy. What's up with that? Knowing that he doesn't have any money, he lost out. He's trying to get a job right now, but you gonna charge him $75? Please. There's a lot of people talking about this, and I had some people.
I was on Facebook last night. Mm-hmm. Somebody we all know, I don't want to mention the name. We were talking about how women use children as a pawn, a playing piece.
Usher's baby mom like on the cart. Yeah.
Use children as a playing piece.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest problem, especially in Georgia, is the judges always side with the mother. She could be the biggest slut or prostitute, drug shooting up bitch in the world, and still gain custody.
Yeah.
That's
because they know they're going to get the money from the guy. But I think that's why Usher's baby mom and a lot of other ex-wives are pissed off when men talk about, look, since I'm paying for the child anyway, give me the custody. But in a lot, and I'm not saying all or most, but a good number of women try to discourage men to not get the custody because they know they're not getting a cut from it. And the courts are going to get it either way, so it's like, well, I might as well get him and just get rid of the middleman.
ETT in Georgia, I know somebody that's going through that right now, and yes, in a custody battle, both parties, whoever's trying to get custody, is required to take a drug test. Mm-hmm. And have her home inspected, and pretty much everything in their closet All the skeletons going to be coming out.
By the way, yeah, Hugh Jorgen says equal rights is more in favor of the mother, which is correct. IMO, except in the case of Usher and his ex-wife.
Yeah, like or Dwayne Wade, you know, who ended up getting he has custody of his son and stuff, and his ex-wife was on the, you know, had video of her, you know, protesting about, you know, I need shoes, I need blah blah, my kids need crayons. What crayons? He has the custody. He can pay for the crayons. They're in his custody. He doesn't have to. What do you need crayons for? It's about the money. It's about the check. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that Tamika Raymond or Siobhan Wade, Dwayne Wade's ex-wife, you know, or that vindictive. Maybe they are, but they just know how to hide it better. But come on, I mean, if you have 4 or 5 kids, for example, like what's her name, Monica De Leon, who was a sensation on YouTube, to me, I need a guy who blah 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 and take care of his kids. First of all, you're not going to be that big of a choice, because usually, especially in some societies, if you already have if you have a kid or more than one kid, the more kids you have, the less of the top of the food chain, less of a pick you're going to be to certain guys, and especially if you're not married. You know, I'm just saying. And if you have 2 or 3 kids and all of them have different daddies, that's gonna be a red flag for that guy to know, like, hey, she doesn't give a flip about family. She just wants the money. Robbie Baby says moms and dads should have equal responsibility to care for their children, period. And I agree. Yeah, I agree. So that means if he's paying child support and paying for stuff, she should at least pay half. I mean, we have to pay half for some things, right? Welcome to equality. I mean, I know a lot of people don't hear that, but see, this is some stuff that you don't hear on Dr. Phil or Dr. Drew. I'm just saying, when you're talking about equality, you got to take the good with the bad, the sweet and the sour. And this is one of those sour days. No. You know? Hello, Apple Fruity or Apple Candy Fruity. Yeah. I mean, it's just sad. It's just sad that, you know, a mother's going to treat her kids, treat her twin sons like some freaking rental DVD at Redbox or something. You wanna come see? It's $1. It's $1 a minute, $1 a day. I mean, my goodness, just treating your kids like Redbox or something. I mean, come on. Hey, Waffen, are you from the U.S.? Because you obviously sound that you're outside the United States. Are you from here? Well, he's getting close there, Rocco. Anyway. Where's Michelle? Is Michelle here? Did she leave? Oh, no. I don't see Michelle. She said she went out for somewhere, but hopefully she'll be back. I do have some story. This is a brand new, I think this is some breaking news. This is during this past weekend in Milledgeville, actually. Thanks, Pipes. In Milledgeville, there was a Milledgeville man heads to prison after being convicted earlier this past weekend for making terroristic threats on his Facebook account. 33-year-old Stephen Martin has received the maximum state penalty in Baldwin County and is heading for state prison. Nearly a year ago, Martin posted on his Facebook account about wanting to be famous and not caring how he achieves those goals. This included to, quote-unquote, walk into an elementary school and shoot someone so I will achieve temporary celebrity. Investigators did not find any evidence, but Martin was arrested because the comment was deemed a threat. And Major John Davis of the Milledgeville Police Department said, I think the post got away with him and he communicated a threat that everyone took very seriously. The long line of ramblings on his Facebook page, the history of mental illness, I also think plays a big portion in this. Martin is sentenced to 5 years with 2 in prison. When Martin is released, he is not allowed on social media. He's not allowed to own to be on social media. Not allowed to own weapons and or explosives, or be near schools. He'll also receive mandatory health counseling. Wow. See what happens when you act a fool? Made a post on Facebook. Now he wants a celebrity. He wants that celebrity, and look what happens. It's not sometimes not all that. to get that much fame. Your 15 minutes is just spent and gone, just like that. Just like that.
Yeah, well.
There's some other news. There's actually some good news talking about about getting fame. There's an award-winning author that continues to write and make it. This is from Kristen Drummond from WGXA. A Macon woman is writing her way to the top of the book world while pursuing other life opportunities, which includes reality TV. Christian fiction author Shannon Burton just released the third book in the Flaws series, F-L-A-W-S series, called Flawfully Wedded Wives. The trilogy follows a group of women facing life challenges but remain grounded through their faith and bond of friendship. When she's not busy writing, Burton is busy with other projects in Atlanta. She says that I have signed to be on a cast member of a reality show that's focused around writers in Atlanta mostly, and I'm the only one from Macon, she says. The show is still being pitched to networks, but Burton says the premise is to see if the drama in the authors' lives matches up with the drama in their book lives. She says that kind of see that whole stranger than fiction aspect of it. Okay. Says despite having a full plate, Burton is focusing on the next chapters of her life and plans to continue writing and maybe add another book to the Flaws series. How about that?
Well, there you have it.
How about go for what you know. Writing is good. I'm a writer and I like to read. So I'm definitely pro literacy. You know, if writing is a way to express yourself and you don't have to hit somebody over the head with a brick or shoot somebody or stab somebody, hey, more power to you. More power to you.
Writing is healthy anyway. Or you can paint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, paint is good too.
Or
paint is good.
Or gardening. There's all sorts of ways of letting off steam.
Yeah, pruning trees and stuff. Pruning trees, hedges and stuff. I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I painted my front porch. May have to repaint it again because all this rain just basically just
washed it off.
Well, not just washed, but just a whole bunch of mud and stuff just from all this. I may have to put some awnings.
By the way, speaking of painting and chick falling through, I don't know how to segue this, but anyway, there's a sinkhole once again. What's happening? I don't know, but I think the Earth's core is starting to fall apart. Every time you turn around, Earth's going to look like a big block of Swiss cheese. It seems like there's holes forming everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Now one in Florida, a sinkhole has caused a villa in Central Florida resort to partially collapse while another section of it is sinking. Lake County Fire Rescue Battalion Chief Tony whatever says about 30% of the three-story villa collapsed around 3 a.m. Monday. The building had already been evacuated. No injuries have been reported. Authorities were called to the Summer Bay Resort, which is about 10 miles from Disney World, late Sunday when they found the building was making popping noises and windows were breaking. Whatever Amos says, the sinkhole is in the middle of the villa and about 40 to 50 feet in diameter, says authorities. Thinks it's getting deeper, but he can't tell if it's growing outward. This is on top of another sinkhole that formed overnight, where it was about 200 feet wide and about, I guess it was about 50 feet deep.
Right.
That formed like overnight. I mean, what the hell's going on, dude?
There was a big lake that got sucked up by a sinkhole recently too.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot to send the article. Yep, the whole thing is gone.
Jeez Louise.
I don't know.
What is going on, man?
Yeah. Good morning, Ellen.
Help me!
Talking about knocking one in the hole. Speaking of knocking one in the hole, seems that Jason Dufner has claimed his first PGA championship, his first major championship in pro golf this weekend, beating well-known guys such as Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson yesterday. Says the 13th, Dufner walked past all those oaks as the sun began to set, charging up the hill with thousands of people watching in rapt attention. He didn't smile or wave, never seemed to emote all of that on the course, but it was clear what was happening amidst the trees. A man's tiny dream was going big. Really, really big. Dufner shot a 68 to win on Sunday, finishing 10 under par and 2 strokes clear of a field that surely thought the leaders would give something back on the championship on Sunday. So, Mr. Jason Dufner claims his very first major Pro Golf PGA Championship title.
Wow.
So
why don't you go into sports?
Okay, I think I'll do that.
Why not?
Going on some sports.
Maybe shut some of these people up. We got this Waffen guy going off. Everybody's going off.
Oh, yeah. I got some...
You're this close for me to boot your ass out of here, Waffen.
Yeah,
Send you back to Germany.
We had some preseason football NFL games. As you know, we had some this past Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday night. New England Patriots dominated the Philadelphia Eagles 31-22. The Miami Dolphins beat Jacksonville Jaguars 27-3. So I guess that's bragging rights for Florida. I guess something good happened in Florida. Detroit Lions devastated the New York Jets 26-17. I guess some good got to happen in Detroit, right? Wow. They need it, I'm telling you. Carolina Panthers destroyed Chicago Bears 24-17. Arizona Cardinals blanked the Green Bay Packers 17-0. New Orleans Saints are over the Kansas City Chiefs 17-13. Houston Texans. I was about to say Houston Oilers. They're the Tennessee Titans. Houston's Texans defeated the Minnesota Vikings 27-13. Oakland Raiders defeated Dallas Cowboys 19-17. New York Giants over the Pittsburgh Steelers 18-13. And the Buffalo Bills destroy the Indianapolis Colts 44-20. That is really impressive. Too bad it's only preseason football. Preseason doesn't really count until next month. So have one more month to go till the NFL starts, less than a month, I should say, around September 5th. Also, in other news, I was trying to find something. Yes, in college. Mercer basketball team leaves for Lithuania and Germany. Says the Mercer's basketball team left this past Friday afternoon on a 10-day international trip, partnering with Athletes in Action and Basketball Travelers for an Eastern European tour. During their journey, the team will focus on service, team building, academics, and basketball while visiting Germany and Lithuania. Head coach Bob Hoffman's design for the overseas trip was spawned 2 years ago while discussing options with Mike Siegfrieds of Atlanta in Action and Nils Hawkinson of Basketball Travelers. When previous experience traveling with Athletes in Action in the region, Hoffman knew he could maximize the experience for his team. Mercer will travel an AIA selection team of players from the NCAA Division I schools. After a day stop in Germany and a boat tour in the Rhine River, Mercer flies to Vilnius Airport in Lithuania to begin an 8-day stay in the country. Both Mercer and the AIA Select team will see plenty of court time, with the Bears' 6 games scheduled against the regional's professional level teams. Says Lithuania, the coach Hoffman says Lithuania is a basketball-rich country, so the potential for seeing really good basketball is at a high level. Our guys will be tested, and all kinds of people will come to the games because basketball is very popular there. Off the court, the squad will read 2 books while studying with Dr. Jeffrey Hugdahl, who joins the trip in a tutorial role. While the team will also spend time doing service-oriented projects in order to learn more about the culture while giving back to the fans. And that's all I have for sports.
Well, you mentioned
thank you.
You mentioned Detroit going bankrupt.
Yeah.
There was a city before that went bankrupt. And if you, I was watching about one of the only good shows that was on, The Inside Man, and he was in Stockton, California.
Right.
And he went to a hotel. He was like the only guy in that hotel. The place is beautiful. He's looking out. The place is fabulous, but it's completely broke. I mean, they're broke, and it goes to show you how bad these cities are being managed. And that's one of the big problems. This is why Macon, Georgia, is in the state that it's in, because of the way it's been managed over and over and over again. And then these people want to go into office and they get elected because of name recognition or because they're in the same clique or the same bullshit that they've been dealing with for years. But meanwhile, the city has been broke time and time again. And it's only going to be that way, and it's going to continue if we elect the wrong mayor and the wrong commission. Well, here, State report pains decision regarding the debt spending, and city manager says turning around past practices has been why Stockton failed to heed the danger signs of a housing downturn. Many of Stockton, California's fiscal problems can be traced to poor decision-making, weak accounting, and fiscal mismanagement, State Controller John Chang said on Monday. If left unaddressed, the problems will continue to invite wasteful spending, Chang's office said in a report released on Monday. And ordered by his office found that Stockton officials should have been aware of how the cost of retiree health care and labor contracts would place a long-term strain on the city's finances. Stockton filed for bankruptcy last year after a city council concluded it could not accept further public safety nets. With nearly 300,000 residents, this is double the size of Macon, Georgia. Double the size. Stockton was the biggest U.S. city to have filed for bankruptcy until Detroit filed last month. Stockton's case is testing whether bondholders and bond insurers will be forced to swallow losses while the city leaves pensions of its workers and retirees intact. The California Comptroller's audit also found that as early as 2006, officials should have been aware that a decline in home building permits was a potential signal that Stockton's housing market boom was coming to an end and would pay a city revenue. Stockton issued a $125 million bond in pension obligation in 2007, along with other long-term debt, as its housing market was on its way to a vicious slide that hammered the city's budget. Again, this is another problem. I mean, you think about it, it's almost the same thing that's going on here in Macon, Georgia. The only difference is that instead of building houses, we're tearing them down.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure whether these people are capable to clear a good budget for our city. I mean, when we spoke to Ellis, if you remember, Anthony hammered away at him. And
about him having $9 million or something like that? Spending that amount? It was some millions of dollars. And what you were talking about when we were interviewed former Mayor Ellis, this was back around I want to say like October, November. Yeah, it was around almost close to November of it was late October. It was just before election day. And he was talking about how they had millions of dollars and he took it from the account or something, and then he put it back because he wanted to fund so the city government workers will still have some income, or at least something of that nature. Yeah. If you want to check it out, you have to check it out on the best of the morning roast on my YouTube channel, Derek Rare Films, or Southpaw 2K1, or on some snippets from the Nut House.
Yeah. By the way, Tower, I don't know anything about me closing out Facebook. I did have trouble.
When you said you don't let people post to your timeline, remember you turned that off?
Yeah.
Yeah, you changed it. So people can't post on your timeline. He was trying to post something on your timeline.
Right, I see that. But I didn't touch it. It may have been when we went down.
No, you turned it off. You said it. Remember you asked me to show you how to set it so nobody could post on your timeline?
Yeah, but that was a while back. I turned it back on for Ant.
Oh, then I don't know what.
Yeah, I got to check that out, Anthony. No, I will be in Zebulon Road getting my message on in less than an hour. You all have a good day. All right, see you later.
I got bad news, though.
Hello, coffee guy.
Wiener still won't pull out.
Okay.
That's your brother. Coffee guy. Tower London is your brother. Yep. So, what else is in the news, Derek? And I'll check into that.
Okay. There was
Kenny's been talking to me, and he's been telling me that you're a bad guy and this and that, and I defended you. I said, you know what? Anthony's a friend of mine. His wife, his kids are beautiful. No matter what, unlike a lot of people in this city, they try to make you into an enemy because you may disagree with them. I don't give a shit if I disagree or agree with Anthony. He's still a friend of mine. That's it. I mean, I don't agree with everybody. I don't agree with my own family members. And if I don't agree with some of the shit that Anthony may say, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden, because I disagree with him, that he becomes my enemy. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I even said to him, I don't like to half the shit that you say. I haven't blocked you either. And I haven't blocked that Teresa or whatever, a handgun woman. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he is a nutcase. I don't pay attention. And then he's trying to massage me. Oh, you could be a mayor. Yeah, go screw your grandmother, you stupid ass. Could be a
Coffee
mayor.
Guy says we're all little nuts. One man's nutcase is another man's genius.
Yeah.
So, by the way, how you doing, Coffee Guy? How about that? We have civil rivalry right now on the internet. Coffee Guy and Tyrell London.
Yeah. It's nice to have both brothers on. That's what I like.
Yes.
And I don't know where the hell my brother is.
Oh, yeah, that is true. I haven't seen
I mean, my brother's never on. I mean, at least Coffee Guy and Tower get along, Good morning, Donnie. There's my other
morning,
brother,
Donnie.
Donnie Curry.
Well, of course, it's 10:03 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. In Macon, Georgia, it's going on 79 degrees in Macon, Georgia, with a high of 92 and a low of 74. You're watching the Morning Rose live from the doghouse. We're on a break. We'll be right back. Don't touch that remote or your mouse. We'll be right back.
Or somebody else's mouse.
Yeah.
That
too.
We'll be back.
It's a 14-year-old kid.
We have a situation at the Walmart on Reno and Midwest Boulevard. There's a black guy that's got a kid. He took this woman's kid, and we need a police here immediately.
Okay. Where is
immediately.
He at?
Hello?
Listen to me. Where is he at inside the store?
He's in the back of the store at the meat department.
In the meat department. Is it a white or black male? The child.
It's a black male, a white child, and a white mother.
Okay. Where is she at?
She's right here talking to him. She's trying to get him to give her back.
Does he have any weapons?
I don't know. He's holding the child.
Okay. But you can't see
Got
any
on a
weapons?
baseball cap. I'm trying to not let him see me on the phone.
What kind of hat does he have on?
It's a baseball cap.
Okay. Do you know what color
What
it is?
he has on? What color is the cap? A black cap, turned backwards. He has on shades. What color is the shirt? Dark blue long sleeve shirt.
What is
Short.
he yelling? Is that him yelling?
Yes.
What is he yelling?
He just threw his wallet on the floor and said his ID was in it.
Okay. Is that what all he yelled?
Yeah, he keeps saying he wanted kids, but I don't know what his relationship is with this woman.
Okay. What is she doing?
She's talking to him, trying to get him to give her child back.
Okay. Does it seem like she knows him?
I can't tell. I don't know.
Okay.
911 medical emergency.
We need police at the Walmart at Midwest Boulevard and Reno Avenue.
What's wrong?
There's someone with a knife holding a little girl hostage in the back. I
Okay.
did see a knife.
Hang on just a minute. You can see the knife?
Yes, I did see a knife.
Okay, is he in the store?
I'm at the front door. Yes, he's in the
He's in the store? Okay, tell me, is he...
Yes, in the
just
very
enter
back.
me a call. Enter me a call. Small child about held hostage, going to be in the back of the store. They're locking the front doors at the time.
I see your police officer.
Okay, hang on. Hang on, sir. Okay, is the officer there?
He is pulling out of his car right now. He's in the front door.
Okay. The officer's there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Gentleman Integration.
Are you in hold traffic on channel 1? Okay, I'll let you go.
All righty.
All right, bye.
It is. This is 911. How can I help you?
We have a situation at the WAP.
I had the actual newscast too from that.
Oh, okay.
And it showed the cop walking right up to the guy, shot him right in the temple.
Wow.
Oh.
Didn't hurt the baby at all.
They won't do that to that new guy in Walmart that does that commercial. Isn't that like the most horrible, fake piece of shit commercial? That Walmart guy, and he some guy that goes, well, you want to, and he talks really fast, and then he goes, you see how much you save, and he turns the little thing on the
scan.
What the hell are you showing me? You're not showing me shit. You're not showing me like a real sale price, like real numbers. And the guy, you could save a lot at Walmart. I'm like, what a piece of shit commercial. Meanwhile, Walmart has all these sweatshops doing their work. Most of the work is not even done by Americans. And Walmart has got to be the worst freaking store to shop in. Anybody that goes there is an idiot to me. I don't like Walmart. I'd rather do mom and pop. Yeah. I mean, and then the commercials are just so fake. I used to like the old ones where they had the smiley and say, price card. Now they got this stupid ass guy that gets on there, talks really fast, and he turns around and he does this to customer. Customer goes, oh, I'm like, I don't see shit. I just see you turning that thing, but that doesn't tell me nothing.
Yeah, well, the only reason why he's talking fast, I mean, considering New Yorkers are known for talking fast, I mean, you can only say so much stuff within 30 seconds. You gotta say what you gotta say.
They got enough money to do a freaking real commercial. They have this low budget guy that's about as annoying as they come. It's like having a boil on your ass.
Well, you also Walmart is not exactly the most friendly place to work there, so I've been told. People who I've known who used to work there and quit.
No.
But you're not gonna live like King Solomon being an employee over there.
You're right, Coffee Guy. Walmart is a downfall of America. It destroyed the mom and pop businesses.
Oh, I can't disagree with you on that. That's
no,
true.
really. And then you're gonna go shopping. You have to walk like 3 football fields to find between the bread and the mayonnaise.
Yeah.
So, God help you if you don't know where the hell anything is. You're going to be there all frickin' day. And I think they do that on purpose. I know they do that on purpose.
What?
So, first of all, they have slave labor, so they don't really give a shit whether you have to walk 10 miles or whatever. You have to work for your groceries on top of paying not that cheap price. They're not that cheap.
Yeah.
They're okay, but they're not that cheap.
No.
They're still making, 1,000% on something that costs them 2 cents to make with slave labor. Most of the shit they sell is made in China somewhere.
Yeah, that is true.
And the vegetables and the fruit that they have is all these, all these Mexican illegal immigrants are picking the fruit. God only knows what the hell they're doing, where they're getting all that fruit from.
Yeah.
And, it's just a bad place to begin with. It just is. Whoever invented it ought to be shot. Or have them walk those aisles that are
Actually, you're a little bit too late. The guy who invented Sam Walton, who created Walmart, he's dead. He's been dead for the last 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah, Walmart keeps an electric scooter near the door. Yeah, one or two of them.
Yeah, but then most of the time they're usually taken by obese people who are too lazy to walk.
Exactly.
I don't know if I actually told you this story, but I was like trying to walk. I just bought some stuff from Walmart, a few groceries here, and I think maybe some batteries and stuff, for my clock and stuff, whatever. And there was like these two obese women, right, just huge as can be, and they were on the phone. So, what you doing? And then can I move? Can you move out the way? Because I didn't want to move away because I didn't want them to back up over on me and run me over, But long story short, I was eavesdropping to the calls, and I realized that these chicks on these obese behemoths on these scooters were basically talking to each other. To each other. You know how lazy your ass got to be when you just so damn big, you just too lazy to walk and talk? I mean, my goodness, I had to climb over the hoods of cars to Beretta to get to my car because they were blocking the doggone pathway in the parking lot. I can't even. It's ridiculous.
I wish there was a way to electronically take over the driving mechanism of that and have them crash into everything.
Yeah. Well, they have apps for that, right?
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they have apps for people who have smartphones. You could lock and unlock your car, with certain.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
Slam them into all sorts of shit.
Yeah, but see, that's the bad. No, it wouldn't be that fun because somebody could actually hack through those apps and then just mess up your car and then take the brakes off and stuff. See, that'd be really jacked up right there. But I'm just saying, don't try it though. If I'm just saying if anybody who knows some hackers, don't do it, man. Because remember it's on the iPhone. If GPS, they can catch it. So,
Mr. Mike, you live up to your name. Look, he said, I set up the police scanners in the electronic department in our Walmart store to pick up security guys' handy talkies or hand talkies. The convos were funny as hell, and everyone heard what they were saying. That's great.
That's really.
Is there any way that you can make those cars crash into stuff? I was in the Walmart with my 11-year-old nephew when we encountered a fat woman blocking the aisle. When her cell phone began ringing, the nephew shouted, "Look out, she's backing up."
Wow. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's why I won't go to, I hate shopping in big supermarkets and all that. Even when I go to Kroger's, you've been with me.
Yeah.
It's I just don't like shopping. I don't. I don't like being in crowded areas. The only thing I appreciate about Kroger's is that they have that scan, self-scan. I think Walmart does now. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure, but
yeah, they do. They just don't have much of them.
I just can't.
They
I
always
just
keep
can't
crashing
deal with
for
it.
some reason.
I can't deal with all that. I used to like the mom and pop stores. I mean, I lived in a neighborhood in Brooklyn where you had the butcher store and you had all the sawdust on the floor. They used to put sawdust on the floor. So you would walk in, you would smell that sawdust. You would smell the meat, but it smelled fresh. It didn't smell like rotting carcass.
So they had the sawdust on there. I guess if there's a spill, they could easily clean it up.
In case of blood spill or whatever, grease spill or whatever.
That makes sense.
But it was Florida. That's another place. I don't know whether a mom and pop store in Florida is such a good idea either. But in Brooklyn, we had the butcher shop. You had the deli. They were German delis that sold the greatest thing. And I owned one myself. I had a German deli in Brooklyn, New York. And the way that we did our stuff, you go to a deli now. Would you believe? I was with you, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Did you see how slow that woman was?
Yeah.
I didn't tell you. And then she's standing outside, and I'm like, can you help me? She's like, yeah, go ahead. What is it that you want, you stupid ass? What are you doing out here? Go behind the counter, you moron. How long did it take you to go around the freaking corner, go behind, and then start slicing my shit? It took about 45 minutes for me to get out of that store because of that wench. That stupid moron of a woman. Why did I hire that woman for? The only thing she's good for is for somebody to take a bat and beat her over the head and watch her scream. That's it.
The words of Irving Martinez
Yeah,
are
hit
his
with a
and his
balloon.
alone, and that's reflective. Have
Stop
to put
around.
a disclaimer on there, people. If you want to,
It's unbelievable.
email him.
Yeah, it is Monday.
Manic Monday.
It's Manic Monday.
For those who know, hey, don't be late on Irving's salami and ham. So when you go to a delicatessen.
I'm serious. I mean, that woman took forever to slice up. And then she's asking me all these questions. Just slice the freaking thing. How do you want it? Do you want it this way or do you want it? Shut up. Just slice it. Most of the time you're supposed to put it on number 1 or 2. That's it. Very simple. It isn't rocket scientist. And if you were behind the counter doing your job, you wouldn't be asking so many freaking questions. You know right off the bat how to slice that damn thing.
Exactly.
Just wasting more time asking questions.
You had to do well when you slice it.
Yeah. Now having these, look at this, police officers riding around in toy cars all over the Walmart. It's outrageous. Yeah. The hell is that?
Oh no, man.
I would have taken that car and run that woman over. I was so mad. It took me literally about 45 minutes, folks, to get like 4 different types of meat. From ham, salami, provolone, and American cheese. It took for freaking ever. And even the guy that was a doctor, a cardiologist, right? He's telling me, and I said, look, I need you to stick around because I'm going to have a heart attack on this woman. It's making me pissed off. And he's laughing. I'm like, this is outrageous. What the hell is wrong with these people? Why did they even hire them?
Oh, man. You never know, man. You never know.
Yeah. Actually, she was giving you good customer service, and it's how people act respectful and not in a rush, like unlike New York. Well, you know what? Go back to if she was in New York, she would have been beaten up. People don't take that shit up there. That's why, you're in and out. It's called customer service. Customer service means you try to get the customer in and out. You don't wait 45 minutes to slide. That's good customer service. You're out of your mind. Yeah. If you think that that's respectful. You know what's respectful about
Fish it in a seafood platter, yes
yeah,
indeed.
That they respect their own time.
With baked potato on the side.
Just blowing all the time.
Yeah. First I would have coleslaw, but baked potatoes okay too. You know what? Whenever we have some crazy stuff that goes on, to my mind, I say fish it in a seafood platter. Just go ahead and just show that picture up right there.
Yeah.
Actually,
you're right, ATT. I don't have a job, and why am I in a rush? It doesn't really matter whether I have a job. You stupid ass. It's called customer service. Oh, what? You're gonna ask every customer, oh, do you have a job? Are you in a rush? Because if you don't have a job, I'm just gonna take my freaking time. What the hell is that all about? What's the matter whether I have a job or not, you moron? It's about customer service. You go and you slice the freaking meat and get the customer out of there. What the hell who wants to hang around a deli with some old fart all freaking day? Standing there slicing the meat like this, taking a freaking ass time. She's so damn old she could die in the middle of slicing. I looked older than her by the time I got off that line. I got more gray hairs just watching her cut that shit. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
I had no time to slice and dice it and fry it, man.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, Cognos, I used to go to Junior's every weekend.
Oh, man.
It's a great place. Find a lot of great cheesecake.
Wow.
And they serve you quickly.
One boy says, what happened to a slower southern lifestyle? Oh my goodness, Michelle says
Hey Michelle, welcome back.
Oh my goodness.
Where the hell was I complaining about customer service? Great show, I gotta run. Bye, coffee guy. Yeah, anyway, so I don't know. I'm just saying, customer service in the South really sucks.
Yeah.
That is one thing they do not have right. I like that noise. It kind of sounds a cross between frying bacon and pissing on the floor. I'm pissed off.
Yeah, very. Remind me to...
Leave that on. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, yeah, Waffle Bite. The Waffle House does have terrific customer service, except the ones here in Macon, Georgia. I don't know if you were with me. Actually, it was Kamara. You know Kamara. You know, I went to have breakfast. I always buy that $6.99 combo breakfast that gives you everything. What a horrible waitress I had. Of course, I didn't tip her, and I went off on her when I was paying my bill. And then I handed $5, $3 to one guy. The cook, I gave $3, and I gave another waitress who called on my waitress so that she can come to the counter and get me the hell out of there. And I gave her $2. And I looked at the waitress, I said, you're incompetent. I don't even know why the hell you're working in this place. She didn't bring me my condiments with my toast. She brought me the bacon.
Yeah.
Then she brought me the eggs.
Yeah.
With the hash browns in.
Yeah, hash brown.
Then she brought me the toast. This is all, by the way, 3 steps so far. Then she forgot when I asked for my orange juice, and she forgot my coffee. I had to tell her twice, where's my coffee? Oh yeah, I'll be right with you. No, she wasn't right with me. She went to another customer. Then she wouldn't even look at me. She kept looking at the wall. Yeah, can I help you? And she's like staring at the wall. So, of course, I had all this pent-up anger.
Yeah.
On top of the anger that I already had to begin with.
Yeah, you might want to lower your blood pressure, you know, probably have to pray.
Well, that's how I lower it. I let all the shit out like steam. It's like a volcano. It lets off all that pressure.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think it's about that time you need to release some pressure right about now.
Yeah. Well, that's, you waffle. You know what, Waffin? You make me sick. Goodbye. Alright? Goodbye. I'm sick of you. You stupid Nazi.
Go, Irv, go.
Goodbye. Moron. I don't need your 2 cents.
Men are usually a little pissed off when they're hungry. Well,
okay, you are not in New York anymore. You claim how bad Macon is. You support third-party people. Some jerk records 100% of your casts and shared it with others. Take a chill pill like Derek and Ed. You know what? I really don't care. I really don't care. As a matter of fact, let them. Let them. Let them record 100% of my cast. Actually, we record 100% of my cast.
Let's pray for Irv and Irv. Pray for the delicatessen lady that ticked him off by slicing the provolone not fast enough.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, who's recording 100% of my cast? A bunch of hypocrites that are afraid to say anything? And they want to use everything else that I say against me? Let them. What are they going to do? You going to sue me? What are they going to get at him?
Okay. Well, I guess at that time, it's talk for our Daily Bread for August 12, 2013. And the theme Today's theme is The Blessed Hope.
Now, Blessed Hope. My Blessed Hope is...
by C.P. Hia.
Derek, why don't you do the honors today?
Okay.
Since you're in a better mood than I am, maybe I need to chill.
All right. The Blessed Hope by C.P. Hia. So many predictions of the end of the world have come and gone. Those predictions are unsettling and often fill people with fear. Yet the Bible does refer to a time called the Day of the Lord, when He will return. It will happen, but only God knows when. It's a day that Jesus' followers can look forward to. In light of that time to come, the Apostle Peter tells us how the believer can live with a joyful purpose. 2 Peter, 3rd chapter, 10 to 18 verses. We can look upward by living Christ-honoring lives, verse 11. We can look inward by making every effort to be found at peace with God, verse 14. And we can look outward by being on guard, so we aren't carried away by the wrong influence of others, verse 17. So how do we do this? By growing in the grace and knowledge of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, verse 18. When we grow in character through His written word, we begin to relate more closely to Jesus, the living word. The Holy Spirit takes God's word and guides us in the way to live. The day of the Lord shouldn't be a fearful day for Jesus' followers. Our King will return to make all things right and to rule forever. We will wait for that time with great anticipation. It is our quote-unquote blessed hope. Titus 2:13 says, "And for the hope of His return, dear Lord, that Your name we praise. With longing hearts, we watch and wait for that great day of days." By Sherwood. One day Jesus will return to rule and reign. And today's, verse for the day is, we look for the blessed hope and glorious appearance of our great God and Savior Jesus Christ. Titus, 2nd chapter, 13th verse, and also for a good read, 2 Peter, 3rd chapter, 10 to 18 verses.
There you have it.
And there you have it.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you.
Well done. I need an exorcism. Good morning, Lager in camp.
Speaking of the Bible, it had a story. It says that a Tennessee judge orders baby's name changed from Messiah. Let's see. The following, I had to give this disclaimer because this is on the sandarose.com. Says the following news item is not a joke, spoof, or parody. This is actually real. Says a Tennessee couple who couldn't agree on a last name for their infant son ended up in front of a Bible-thumping judge who ordered that they change the boy's first name from Messiah to a more acceptable name for a black boy, Martin. Child support magistrate Lou Ann Bailu ordered just Jaleesa Martin and the father, a 7-month-old boy, to change his name to Martin Deshaun McCulloch because it includes both parents' last names. Judge Bello was unhappy with the child's first name because, according to her, only one person has ever been named Messiah. The judge says, Judge Bellew said from her bench in the Cott County, crazy names, Cott County Chancery Court on Thursday, the word Messiah is a title, and it's a title that has only been earned by one person, and that one person is Jesus Christ. And Martin says, I was shocked. I never intended on naming my son Messiah because it means God, and I didn't think a judge could make me change my baby's name because of her religious beliefs, said Martin. But Billow said it was the right decision for a child growing up in a country with a large Christian population. It says it could put him at odds with a lot of people. At this point, he has no choice in what his name is, Judge Bellew said. Everybody believes what they want, so I think I should be able to name my child what I want to name him and not someone else, said Martin, whose two other children are named Micah and Mason. Bellew said to the parents, we'll have to change Messiah's name to Martin, but Messiah's mother plans to appeal the judge's decision to a higher court.
Okay.
Wow, you talking about some kids in the courtroom. Here's another courtroom story about a mugshot of Aaron Tremblay, who, get this, he was charged with rape and aggravated sexual battery.
Yeah.
And could you believe this kid was only 14 years old? 14 years old.
The rest of his life.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's screwed. Not only that, he's 14 years old and going to be labeled as a sex offender for the rest of his life, if he ever does get out of jail, of course, or probably, or if is he in jail or is he like on juvie?
He's in jail.
Oh, in jail. Oh my goodness. And he's only what, 5? He's 105. He's white, 5'4" and 130 pounds. 14 years old. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They're doing. Ooh. He's gonna catch triple hell. I'm telling you, in jail. And he's gonna have the duct tape every orifice on him. I'm telling you, because those guys are gonna be waiting for him like sharks in that Shark Week all last week on A&E. It's just terrible.
And this week it's Human Week.
Yeah. And sometimes I have to admit, though, I hate to say it, Anthony does have a point. That sometimes these crazy humans are crazier than these animals. I mean, geez. Especially with this.
You know, it really gets me is they have these shows, when animals attack.
Mm-hmm.
It should be changed to when stupid idiots go near wild animals.
Yeah. Whether they're in the wild or on the zoo. Like the story about those two guys back during Christmas time in San Francisco messing with the tiger, going to the tiger's cage, and then one of them going to jump the fence in the tiger cage and going to mess with the tiger like the tiger just turned into vegetarians when they locked up. I mean, come on now. It wasn't enough. I mean, really. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I like
Tiger
Shark
Chow.
Week.
Mm-hmm.
I like Shark Week.
Tiger Chow, see?
Thanks for the bite. He says, ain't no shark got a set of teeth like her. Yeah. That's funny.
Actually,
That is funny. Yeah, well.
Mm-hmm.
Sharkweedo. Shark-Erbo. Yeah. By the way, Shark Week was enjoyable. There was
They had one crazy movie. What was it? Sharkpocalypse or something?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, here's a trivia question.
Uh-huh.
Which is the most dangerous shark towards humans?
Smile like this. Pretty close.
There we go.
Wow.
There's me. That's me without my glasses.
Woo, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly.
That was a piranha. Yeah. By the way, Michelle, you got it right. Bull shark.
Mm-hmm.
Except that you spell sharks wrong. Bull sharks. What the hell is that?
Well, shark got horns on it.
Well, Nicole wrote tiger shark, but it is bull shark.
Uh-huh.
They're more dangerous than a great white.
Because they're the one the most likely to attack a human.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and they go unlike great whites.
Mm-hmm.
The great whites they'll go in shallow water, but bull sharks go up to, I think it's like between 5 and 15 feet, while great whites go like above that, like 25 feet water. I think the bull sharks come closer to land for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they can smell and chime them
Remember
up.
that tampon commercial from wherever, where the girl was jumped in the ocean and the shark got her?
Oh, yeah.
Manny said, I was fishing in Florida from the banks and Daniel once caught a baby hammerhead. He was so cute. They are cute. Their little eyeballs are like out here. Yeah, they look like they've been run over by a truck or something. They're flattened out their head.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. Oh
yeah, I saw the bull sharks go 1,000 miles upriver. Crazy stuff, really. Yeah, well, they're pretty dangerous. I mean, they don't grow as big as a great white.
No.
But and the great whites are so horrible looking. But
well, they don't care. They just there to eat and swim. That's pretty much what they do.
A lager in Kansas. I still think a loan shark is more dangerous. Yeah,
yeah, loan shark. I like that. That's really good.
You got a word for us there?
Oh yeah. Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
Actually, it was already up. People are liking it already.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'll go into that right about now. We have word origins, and also we have who said it first. I'll go into word origins, written by John Ato. And our word of the day is farthing.
Who?
That's not a typo, is it?
That's it.
Farthing. At first I thought
Farthing.
Yeah, not farting, farthing.
Yeah.
With an H.
Not like.
Okay. Farthing has a long history as an English coin name, going back to the 10th century, when it was used as in translations of the Bible to render Latin quadrant, a quarter of a denarius. It was introduced into English currency as a silver coin equal to a quarter of a penny.
There you go. Vogelbein knew it.
Yes, in the reign of Edward I. In Charles II's time, copper was used for it. And in 1860, until its abolition in 1971, it was a bronze coin. Appropriately, the term means literally quarter. It was originally a derivative of Old English fjortha, or fourth, formed with the suffix ing, denoting fractional part, also found in writing, former name of the administration areas of Yorkshire, which etymologically means third part. So there it is. Today's word of the day, farthing.
Farthing.
Yes. How about that?
Yeah, look at that.
And also, who said it first? We have. This is a crazy one. I've never heard it. This must be a rare one. Who said this first? The policemen are getting younger. The writings by the eminent British musician Sir Arnold Bax were published in autobiographical form in 1943 entitled Farewell My Youth. Sir Arnold wrote, "There are no compensations to weigh against advancing years. No, not one." This appeared to remind Sir Arnold of one of his many conversations with British novelist Arnold Bennett. During this particular talk, Bax recounted that Bennett had remarked, "The recognition of his own middle age came at an appalling moment when he realized for the first time that the policemen at the corner were a mere youth." So who said it first? The policemen get younger? Well, obviously it was Sir Arnold Bax. Wow. Recounted what his friend Arnold Bennett said about checking out the police who were considerably younger than he was.
Wow. Well, there's only one problem here.
Mm-hmm.
The policemen are not getting younger.
Oh, they're not?
Actually, they are. If you look, I saw some of the young police officers, I guess they hired.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are leaving through attrition. They're pretty much right out of the services. 19, 20 years old, 22 years old.
Right.
Pretty young. Yeah, they are getting younger.
Yes,
I don't know if that's a good thing either.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really have like that world experience like the older generation does, you know? Yeah, the policemen are getting militarized, that's true. And Bobo said policemen are getting more vicious, that's true. And Scarlett said they're just getting fatter from all the donuts, that's true. We have the greatest audience, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I love it.
Oh my goodness, the cow says having sex with a chicken is still illegal in Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Like, yeah, that is a downright shame. Why do they have to prostitute themselves with chicken when they could be a decent, 2-piece, 3-piece dinner, at KFC or churches, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, what is this? ATT. You said, how they pass the law in Cal? If you have sex with a hen, do you lay scrambled eggs? This is how crazy my audience is. What's going on, Derek?
Okay, well, speaking of legs, thighs, and breasts, but not from a chicken, there's a story from the Inquisitor.com that says, non-homeless need boobs, quote unquote, woman panhandling for chest enhancement. Christina Andrews can be spotted around Florida with a sign that reads, non-homeless need boobs. The sign is Andrews' attempt to receive her dream of an expensive breast enhancement. While many homeless people ask for spare change to buy food and drink, Andrews is panhandling for boobs. Wear TV, WEAR TV, recently called up for the rather honest Andrews, who explained, I just want bigger boobs because I'm not happy with the ones I have, and I figured this was a good way to do it. People put out signs to say they're homeless. I'm not. I'm just being honest. Christina Andrews started carrying around her not homeless need boob sign at a busy Pensacola intersection, and it actually appears to be working. While she has not revealed the full amount she earned, she has called drivers she met generous. Speaking about the help she has received thus far, Andrews says, I thought people would just laugh and keep riding, but they're like, hey, here's some money. But when she isn't receiving cash from motorists, Andrews says she receives plenty of smiles. I can't imagine why. In the meantime, if you happen to see a sign that requests new boobs on the side of the road, it might just be real. So, I guess there's a question. Do you think Christina Andrews is going the right route, or she's going overboard with her sign?
I don't know. I'm kind of like Mr. Mike, just kind of shocked. Look at that smiley, whatever face he's got. Funny as hell. Cool hand Luke, what I said. Well, anyway, it's a shame. Shane went out the door when the lady got her Obama phone. What does that mean?
Oh, no. Anybody got the time for that?
Oh, that Obama phone is that free phone that they give out.
Oh, I see.
I'm so conditioned to ignore the homeless that I probably still read a sign that need booze.
Oh, okay.
That's true. I told you that homeless situation where the guy, I gave him a hot dog and a soda, and he said, is that all?
My goodness.
He asked me for food. I gave him a hot dog, nice size too.
I guess some people just don't appreciate it. Yeah, I know some people just don't.
And a papaya drink.
Mm-hmm.
That all? I'm like,
yeah, just working. I mean, people just don't appreciate anything, man. But here's some people who appreciate. They definitely appreciate life. Here it is. Here's some birthdays for August 12th. Some birthdays from August 12th.
That's funny.
Here's Mario.
All right, we got happy birthday to whoever the hell today.
Yes, Mario Balotelli. Okay. He rose from prominence as a striker for Manchester City and the Italy national team and has developed a reputation for his spontaneity. He turns 23 years old. Okay, a black dude from Italy. Wow, how about that? That's something you don't see every day.
I don't know who he is from jack shit. All right, who else?
Let's see. Imani Hakim, actress best known for playing her role in Everybody Hates Chris, playing Chris Rock's little sister. She turns 20 years old today. Wow. Maggie Lawson, most noted for her role in the hit TV show Psych. She turns 33. George Hamilton. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a while. Hollywood best actor known for his fabulous tan. He's 74 years old. 74?
Wow.
Sheesh.
Yeah, he was in
Love at First Bite.
The only real movie he was ever on, Love Boat.
Yeah, and he was a movie that I remember seeing as a kid when it was Zorro the Gay Blade. Cecil B.
By the way, you know the Love Boat's being scrapped?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's because it only has 600 passengers, and the new boats have like 2,000 and 3,000 and 4,000 passengers. And I was thinking, why didn't somebody buy that boat and turn it into like a floating mini little hotel or something?
That's a good idea. That is a good idea. A matter of fact, born on this day, Cecil B. DeMille was the Paramount director of the epic movie Ten Commandments, starring Charlton Heston, a.k.a. Moses. He was born on this day in 1881. died in 1959. He would have been, if he's still alive, he would have been 132 years old.
Wow.
Woo!
I think somebody lived till 116 recently, no?
Yeah. Casey Affleck, the younger brother of Ben Affleck, who had many film roles such as Charlie in Tower Heights and Pie in Gone Baby Gone. He turns 38 years old today. Jim Beaver, known as Bobby Singer in the CW's thriller Supernatural, he turns 63 years old today. Mark Knopfler, lead guitarist in the rock band Dire Straits. I want my MTV. Yeah, that guy. Mark Knopfler turns 64 years old. Sam J. Jones, actor known for his role in the 1980 hit film Flash Gordon. He played Flash Gordon. He's 59 years old. 59 years old today. Jane Wyatt, the sitcom mom, Margaret Anderson in Father Knows Best, was born on this day in 1910.
Is she dead?
Yeah, she's dead. She died in 2006 at the age of 96.
She was married to, is that the same woman that was married to Ronald Reagan?
No, that's Jane Wyman. Jane Wyman. Yeah, she would have been 103 years old today.
Yeah.
Lauren Cimarelli, pop and R&B artist, second youngest in the all-sister group Cimarelli. She turns 15 years old. Yvette Nicole Brown, actress who appeared on many popular TV shows like Chuck, House, Boston Legal, and That 70s Show. I think she's on that show with the guy who developed Survivor, Jim Props or something like that, Bob Props show. She turns 42 years old. Pete Sampras, tennis legend, tennis champion, won 14 Grand Slam singles titles. He turns 42 years old today. Dominique Swain, age 33, had her debut film role at age 15 in the remake of Lolita, and she played the daughter of, Nicolas Cage's daughter in the movie Face Off, a film that John Woo made. She turns 33.
That was a pretty good movie. I mean, it's kind of stupid, but
yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah. John Derek, former filmmaker, was born on this day in 1926. He directed Wives, Ursula Andress, Linda Evans, and Bo Derek in his films. Michael Ian Black, freaking comedy series star who's been on shows like The State, Viva Variety, and Ed. He turns 42. Peter Krause played Adam in Parenthood. He played Nate Fisher in HBO 6 Feet Under. He turns 48 years old today. Rebecca Gayheart, actress known for her stints on soap operas such as Loving and Vanishing Son. She turns 42 years old today. Wow. Francois Hollande, 24th president of France, who was elected on May 6, 2012, turns 59 years old. Bruce Greenwood, who played Captain Christopher Pike in the new Star Trek films and voice of Bruce Wayne and Batman in the animated series Young Justice, he turns 57 years old. Porter Wagner was born on this day in 1927. He died in 2007. He once had a fling with Dolly Parton, in which the song "I Will Always Love You" was written by Dolly Parton in response to him, that she had to break up with him.
Yeah.
And Plaxico Burress, former NFL wide receiver of the New York Giants and now playing for the New York Jets, infamously known for shooting himself in the leg. He turns 36 years old today.
Wow, there you have it.
There you definitely
Happy birthday to all these people that I know nothing much about.
George Gaston. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you for reminding me that. There was another story.
This came from AT&T.
Okay.
Yeah, what is this about it? It says Georgia Guidestone.
Georgia Guidestone.
Yes, it says the Georgia Guidestones. It says the Georgia Guidestones have been part of the landscape in Elberton, Georgia for a quarter of a century. It says tourists flood to Elberton each year to see the 19-foot tall granite monument, often posturing for a picture standing beside it. After 25 years, a Christian organization named the Resistance is calling for the monument's immediate removal. It says that the satanic Georgia Guidestones must be destroyed, said John Connor of the Resistance. The Guidestones should be smashed into 1,000,000 pieces and then the rubble used for construction purpose. It says that the notion of the hacking the monument into smithereens for construction scrap has a certain appeal given the hype of how it came to dominate the lonely landscape in the first place. The Georgia Guidestones were ordered, constructed, and paid for in total anonymity. The monument, which has stood since 1980, consists of 4 large stones with 10 commandments engraved into the sides in 8 different languages. Some folks call them the 10 Commandments, others a set of New Age golden rules. And I think the movie, the 10 laws, I think the message from the Georgia Guidestones, I'll just go quickly into them, says, number 1, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Number 2, guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. Number 3, unite humanity with a new language. Number 4, rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with temperate reason. Number 5, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Number 6, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. 7, avoid petty laws and useless officials. I guess that would work. That's what we really need here in Macon and other places. Balance personal rights with social duties. Number 9, prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. And 10, be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. Now it says that the origination of the Georgia Guidestones were steeped in bizarre mysticism. They said they were said to be paid for by an anonymous man with the unlikely name of R.C. Christian back in 1979. Indeed, the name of the donor has remained a secret ever since. As folk legend would have it, a certain Mr. Christian came to town out of nowhere and just quickly returned to nowhere. Then there's this camp that dismisses the stones as the creation of an eccentric environmentalist. Many Christians have seen the Georgia Guidestones as the New World Order's 10 Commandments of the type already written up by the United Nations poster boy Maurice Strong and former Soviet Union President Mikhail Gorbachev, the duo who authored the Earth Charter. Others see the stones as an out-of-the-way monument of the occult. Whatever the reasons for their existence, Connor and company have organized a national movement for the destruction of the stones. So how what do you think about that, Irvin?
Not much.
Not much. Do you think this is much to do about nothing, or
it's much to do about nothing?
Okay.
I mean, look, there are better landmarks. That's like a landmark thing, right?
Yeah.
Go to Stone Mountain.
Yeah. ATT, we must have ESP, man. We must have ESP, because I'll say it's just Illuminati Stonehenge. I think it's just a rip-off of Stonehenge, pretty much. I actually thought that myself. That being a rip-off of Stonehenge, just got a bunch of stones, bricks, concrete, and they all laid together in a certain type of pattern, and it kind of makes sense, so to speak. I can see that. I can really see that. Let's see, I was trying to find something else that they had from Yahoo, see if there was something that they had on here. If they had, what was I trying to say? Find something from trending news. As you know, trending news is basically the stuff that comes from the Yahoo search engine. And I was going to see what were the top 10 lists that's trending now on the internet through Yahoo. And it's time flies. It's 10:54 right now, going on 10:55. So we have like 50, I guess we have 15
minutes.
Why
don't you do 1 or 2 trendings, and we'll go from there.
Okay. I'll definitely go ahead and do that. Let me see if I can bookmark, see if I can get Yahoo up in here.
Alrighty.
Okay. As you know, how hard it is. 79 degrees outside in Macon, Georgia.
And the trend topics are...
It's slowing down. I gotta close the Facebook pages and the birthday page. We finished talked about that. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I can come up with one. Uh-oh.
Goodness. Ed, are we still on the air?
Ed! I think we're off.
Did the internet go out? Yep. Internet's out. The lights are out. Need to call them, man. It's been happening like every other day. We're out. The lights are out.
Hello.
Matter back, phone's out still.
Hello, yes. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's still out. Gotta call them, man. There's something going on.
Yeah, I was just talking to friends. We were trying to get something and I was just trying to start something. Is it mostly for like? Is it kind of like a?
Out of my hands.
Is it kind of like
What, can you recite it?
Is it kind of like
No,
Cafe
man,
Press or something totally
It's
different?
that Cox.
And this has happened before. Which
Yeah. And it comes on by itself. There's nothing I can do about it. We've been doing this every fucking morning for the last 3 weeks. Usually it's after the show, though. You could try unplugging it and plugging it back in, but did you?
Okay. That sounds
Did you
good.
do it?
Yeah.
You mean me personally? Well, not really. I thought it was just something that was, I guess, like some other store. So I'm basically I have to have my own stuff, right?
Yeah, we're off.
We're back up.
Okay. We're
All
back
right.
up.
Sorry, guys.
So we had some really bad technical
You're back.
difficulties.
You're back.
Oh.
You're back.
Okay.
All right, we're back.
Thank you. As I was saying, I've
You gotta call Cox and find out why they're screwing around with it. Because
I still think
you
it's
should get a
at something.
discount. For all the service you're losing, you shouldn't have to pay for that time.
Yeah.
You're right. You're definitely right.
I still think it has to do with we're not even showing up on the board here.
We're live. Don't worry. Take some.
Yeah. Okay, we're back.
Okay. It's 11 o'clock. We'll go a little bit later, like I guess 11:17.
Yeah.
I have some things from Trending Now. The top 10 subjects that people are looking up on the Yahoo Internet engine, search engine. I'll go from number 10 to number 1. Number 10 is Dufferding. Number 9 is Kickalicious Lions. Number 8 is Fukushima. Number 7 is lobster shell disease. Number 6, Breaking Bad. Number 5, Clown Obama, Missouri. Number 4, India aircraft carrier. Number 3, Nicole Scherzinger. Number 2, Katy Perry. And number 1 is 1912 8th grade exam. So you can pick anyone from 1 to 10.
All right. Anybody? 1 through 10. Who is Radio Mac? Number 7, Plastic Canvas has.
Number 7, okay. Number 7, that is the lobster shell disease. Oh, okay.
And then Real Pawn says number 1. All right. So,
Okay, great. Okay.
So we got 2 ready to go.
Great, okay. In Portland, Maine, a shell disease that has plagued the southern New England lobster industry for years by making lobsters unsightly and in some cases unmarketable, appears to be creeping northward to the lobster-rich grounds off the coast of Maine. The number of lobsters suffering from shell disease remains tiny in Maine. Only 3 out of every 1,000 lobsters sampled last year had the disease. But scientists and lobstermen are concerned because the prevalence grew 5 times from 2010 to 2012. The disease, which is not harmful to humans, first became noticeable in southern New England waters in the 1990s. About 1 out of every 4 lobsters caught in the waters of southern Massachusetts and Rhode Island in recent years has been diseased. Carl Wilson, the state lobster biologist with the Department of Marine Resources, said that people should be concerned but not alarmed by the numbers. People who only look at the percentage increase could get spooked away and say, oh my God, that's a huge increase. But it's not, considering all the sampling we have and all the caveats of our sampling design, said Wilson. But it's something that we are watching. Lobster is one of the most important fisheries in Maine and New England in general, valued at more than $400 million to fishermen and hundreds of millions more to coastal communities. The fishery in southern New England waters has already been hurt by the so-called episodic shell disease, which is caused by bacteria that eat away at lobster's shell, leaving behind ugly lesions. Diseased lobsters can still be processed, but are unmarketable in the more valuable live market. The disease stresses lobsters and sometimes kills them, but doesn't taint their meat, ironically. It says when biologists first began sampling for the disease in Rhode Island, the prevalence was small, less than 1% in 1996 and 4% in 1997. But in 1998, the percentage jumped to nearly 20% since then. Now it's ranged from 18 to 34% a year. Wow. Incredible. Now, similar story has played out in Massachusetts, south of Cape Cod, where an average of 22% of sampled lobsters have been diseased from 2000 to 2011, and that rate peaked at 38% in 2011. So what do you think was going on? Do you think...
well, number 1 is the other one. No? Did you read that one yet?
Oh, no, I haven't read that one. I was just saying, what do you think about this lobster shell disease?
Well, I mean, some people are making comments that if you eat any food, cook it, you will not get sick. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Mike says, I do not eat any bottom fish. That sounds kind of...
Yeah, bottom feeders, based scavengers, really. Yeah, because lobsters are scavengers. Sometimes people call them the cockroaches of the sea.
Yeah.
So basically any type of shellfish are basically bottom feeders, whether it's crab, lobsters, and shrimp, actually. Shrimp's not that supposedly not good.
The other, Leonardo says, bullshit, you can get sick from cooked food. That's true. Mm-hmm. Especially if it's not cooked right.
You're right.
But even cooked food, it could be good, but it still makes you sick.
Yeah.
Depends. Nicole says, I love eating a calm, happy lobster. Mm-hmm. And Nicole says, seahorses are the best, really?
Mm-hmm. I really never had lobster, well, with the exception of having that seafood and lobster meat sub that they used to have at Subway back like 9, 10, maybe 12, 15 years ago. I had it back during the early to mid-90s. It's kind of like the seafood and crab sub they used to have, well, they still have now, but it's kind of spicier.
Yeah.
It's kind of hotter like that. But
see, the reason why I'm not a big fan of lobster and all that, even though it tastes okay, I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just too much work. By the time, you got to crack the shell and take it out and butter it, and you lose your appetite. I mean, it's like, that's why I like a hamburger. You just take it, eat it, and it's gone.
Well, yeah, same thing for me. I'm not trying to be a yes man, but I agree with you. That's just too much work.
It's too much work.
Too much work, especially like lobster and crab legs. They had crab legs when I went to the prom. When I went to the prom back in high school, the senior prom, and it was working. I had all this crab leg juices all on, just messed up on my tux. Luckily, it didn't leave a stain or anything like that. But it's like, I just said, screw it. I'm just going to have some of this fruit and stuff.
It's just too complicated.
Just have a steak. I'll just have a steak instead. It's just, I mean, if you need like a tool set, a tool chest, you practically need like a carpenter's trade, just to actually eat seafood nowadays. Like, it's not even worth the trouble.
Well, not only that. I mean, every time you eat lobster, you got to have a bib on, right? I mean, it goes to show you how sloppy this thing is to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, why go through all of that? Some people like to eat food and they like to savor the taste. No, I eat so I can get full.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with drinking. Some people like to drink to savor the wine or savor the... No, I drink so I can get drunk. That's it. Then it's the only real purpose.
Oh, yeah.
I don't smoke cigarettes so I can savor the flavor. I got it to get my nicotine.
If you savor it too much, you'll get emphysema, COPD. Savor it too much.
It is overpriced. Just eat blue crab, shrimp, halibut, and flounder. Yummy. I don't know. I just don't understand why people like to eat that shit. It's too complicated to eat. It takes forever to eat.
Oh yeah. The one other story that we picked from Training Now. The 1912 8th grade exam. It says, "Are you smarter than an 8th grader?" And there was from the Inquisitor.com. It says, "Are you smarter than an 8th grader?" A copy of the 1912 8th grade exam was donated to the Bullitt County History Museum in Kentucky, giving a glimpse of what students were learning more than a century ago. It says the donation has brought the museum a notion that what it was like to be in the 8th grade in those days. According to David Lee Strange, a volunteer at the museum, told ABC News. It says he says that for us this is just fascinating. It puts us in the mindset of 1912. And the exam covers a lot of subjects, particularly 8 particular subjects: reading, spelling, arithmetic, grammar, physiology, history, government, and geography. And said this period of time was right around the corner of World War I, where 18 men from Bullitt County would die from the conflict. And basically said they had some stuff like math is where here's one particular math problem. It says at $1.62 half a cord, what would be the cost of a pile of wood 24 feet long, 4 foot wide, and 6 foot 3 inches high? And says,
I don't know. This is 1912.
Yeah, 1912. So people had like really advanced questions in. It says define common noun, proper noun. This is grammar. What is a personal noun? And it says adjectives have how many degrees of comparison? Compare good, wise, and beautiful. And it says geography. Well, you have to have a map, but I'll go ahead and give the quiz if you guys feel like
Right.
How your dick hanging?
It says in physiology, it says define cerebrum and cerebellum. And here's a question for you: what is the chief nervous center of the body?
What is the chief nervous center of the body? I would say the brain.
Bingo! That's it. That is it. Your brain is the central nervous part of your body. Central nervous center of the body. Civil government says name and define 3 branches of government in the United States.
Okay, you have the president, you have the Congress, and you have the judiciary.
Yeah, Supreme Court. Yeah, basically the 3 branches basically is the legislative is the Congress.
Right.
Judicial is the Supreme Court. And the president's office is the executive.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right. There you go. All right. Those are the proper names. Who cares?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else?
Yeah, those.
Right.
How your dick hanging?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Well,
it's a good question.
Well, that's those.
Oh no! Wait! We're almost there. We got 7 minutes to go.
Oh, okay.
Or 6 minutes, whatever.
4.
Oh, okay.
All right, we got one more trend. Somebody out there. Actually, ask one of those questions from the 8-year-old, whatever.
Me? Oh, 8th grade?
Yeah, 8th grade.
Okay. I'll get
more questions. That's right.
Okay.
I like them too, AT. All right,
Okay.
what's another question?
Okay, I'll go find another. Civil government. Give 3 duties of the president. What is meant by the veto power?
Wait, say again?
Give 3 duties of the president, and what is meant by the veto power?
Depends on which president you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, he's
U.S. president.
Or past presidents, not the one we got now.
He's a commander-in-chief.
Okay. Well, the last 2. Yes. So that means he's the executive branch, which means he enforces the law.
Right.
And he forces the law that's legislated by Congress, and he does the veto. He has power of veto. So there's at least 2 of the 3 that I do know.
Okay, Mr. Mike says golf, vacations, and lying. Monty ATT says 3 duties: hard stool, soft stool, and diarrhea.
Ew. Okay.
Alright, I'm here, but not caring about the smoke. Well, it's alright, Michelle.
Here's some history. Name 2 presidents who have died in office and 3 who were assassinated. And you gotta remember, this is 1912.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you had Taft.
No.
You had Lincoln and Kennedy.
Kennedy wasn't even born yet. You're talking about 1912.
Oh, 1912. All right.
2 presidents that have died in office.
All right, 3. Well, Lincoln.
Yes. He was assassinated.
And
you had to name 2 others.
Taft. And I think it was Polk.
No.
There was a president who, when you say died in office, it doesn't have to be assassinated, right?
No. It says, 2 of them died in office and 3 others, so basically 5 who died in office. The answers are William Henry Harrison, who died
Garfield.
in office. Yeah, Garfield, yes. And McKinley.
Those are the 3
who were assassinated. Yes.
No shit.
Abraham Lincoln, James A. Garfield, and William McKinley, who was succeeded by Teddy Roosevelt.
Wow.
The 2 presidents who died in office who weren't assassinated would be William Henry Harrison, who died of pneumonia after being president for 30 days. And
yeah, that was pretty bad.
For a month, yeah. And Zachary Taylor.
What did he die of?
He died of something. Something
killed his ass.
Yeah, something definitely killed his ass.
I thought it was weird. That guy did like his inaugural speech, and it took him 3 hours. He was in the rain.
Yeah, it was the longest inaugural speech ever. But he served the shortest term. Yeah. His longest term probably killed him. Like, look, either you finish this or I'm finishing you. And that basically.
Yeah, him and Clinton. Didn't kill Clinton, but sure,
Yeah, he was president for like about a year.
Well, it wasn't an inaugural speech. It was he was a speaker or some bullshit. Took him forever.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else, Derek? Before we shut down.
Okay, well, I was just looking up Zachary Taylor. Yes, he was president for a year, practically a year. I was trying to figure out what did he die of.
That was short term.
Yeah,
anyway,
he had a military career. He was in the army. He was elected president in 1848, and he was president for a year. His death said that on July 4th, 1850, Taylor reportedly consumed raw fruit, possibly cherries and iced milk, after attending a holiday celebration and fundraising event at the Washington Monument, which was under construction. Of course, for several days he became severely ill with a unknown digestive ailment. His doctor diagnosed the illness as cholera morbus, a flexible mid-19th century term for intestinal ailments and diverse as diarrhea and dysentery, but not related to Asiatic cholera. The latter being a widespread
epidemic. He blew
epidemic.
up that bathroom in the White House, didn't he?
Oh yeah. Despite the treatment, he died 5 days later.
Okay.
So basically just from bad food, pretty much.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another day gone by.
Yes, indeedy.
Thank you so much for being with us.
It's 11:06. Yeah, cherries. Yeah, cherries killed them. Some bad cherries. You always got to spit the pits. Yeah. 79 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia, with a high of 92 and a low of 74. Just want to thank all the people who stayed with us. Michelle Stacy, Plastic Canvas, 72 Virgins, ATT. Thanks for your posts and everybody. G Spot, Hoodie 420, Knucklehead Irv, Leonidas, Logger and Camp, Mr. Mike, Nical 3000, Real Man Pawns, Rocco, Siren C, The M Quiz Show, Cocknose, Kettlecorn, Watching Dog 1. Also, you're very welcome, Eve Plastic Canvas. Also, thank, was DS Photo Guy was here earlier?
Yeah, Yurak Wildcat. Tower of London, Saibuki.
And Saibuki, and Tower of London's brother,
The Coffee Guy. Who else was here?
That was all. That's pretty much what you just mentioned.
Thank you, Rocco. It's good to have you on, buddy. When are you doing your show, Rocco, by the way? When does your show come on? I think it comes on once a week, right?
Okay.
Anyway, Rocco has his own cast. And I'm sure next Wednesday. Make sure you check that out. And I'll try to stay stress-free. You're right, Plastic.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll definitely check you guys out. We'll see you tomorrow. It's 11:18 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. It's 84 degrees. Oh my bad. It's 88 degrees right now. It's getting hotter and hotter in Macon, with a high of 91, low 74. Those who living in the Macon and Middle Georgia area, be kind and be very close friends with your air conditioner and ice water. This is gonna be a low day. Until, on behalf of Irv and Ed, this is DB saying, can you smell what the roast is brewing?
And there you have it. See you tomorrow.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
How you get, can you?